Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say Gosso, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
Body me LP, oh yeah,
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk. She must be from the planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together. Take your place in my heart. With your beauty I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace of her presents and gifts, call me Santa. Claus, I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola, but I have learned a lot from him. I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola, but I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What's going on? Good to see you all. I'm running a little behind. Let me make sure you can hear me. All right, we're good. All right, awesome. Welcome back. How's everybody doing? Do me a favor, sure, coming in, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we do go live. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Over here, we basically grab trendy topics and we extract relationship lessons from them. From a self-power, social, seduction, attraction, emotional intelligence standpoint. We don't do right and wrong. We don't care. We don't care, okay? This is not the court. The only thing I want to do is extract lessons that you can apply in your relationships. They are not absolutes. Once you start turning them into a religion, you're probably going the wrong direction. Stop. Abort mission. Anyway, yeah, that's what we do here. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Shout out to all my sponsors: Mo Fresh, Richie, Natu, Adiso, Film Girl, Tima, Show Mama, Grace Corner, and of course D Love. We're looking for today's sponsor. Okay, and I want to do a quick shout out to somebody that actually tried to catch being a sponsor last minute on the last show. Let me just first of all say a quick shout out to Fict Net. Yeah, Fict. Let me see if I can see that name properly. Let me remove the banner. Yeah, Fict Net donated $20 last minute. I caught it. I was like, I gotta make sure I shout this person out. So thank you so much for all your support always. And like I said, you can be a sponsor of the show for as low as 99 cents. Okay, just use the $sign on any one of the videos. Will go a long way. Okay, right now we're up to $360, up from last show, which is $307. And our goal this month was $200. So really thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me come to the chat. What's going on, Mo Fresh? Good to see you, Mo Fresh. I see you. Welcome Natu, of course. The fam is here. Nini is here. What's going on, Nini? I see Film girl, where have you been? Why are you doing like this? Why are you like this? Where have you been? Good to see you. I know you're watching replays, but that's okay. Thank you so much for being here. D Love is here, of course. Shout out to you. And c'est moi. Is that, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. That's French, right? She says, LOL, given a chance to say his own side. Is he a ex? Who said that? Let me go all the way back to the top. Let me go back, okay? Is he an hexagon? How many sides? How many other sides of the same story? I beg. Social media is free and platforms are everywhere. Thank you. That's all. That's all. If they're going to try to influence people in one direction or the other, we might as well just start sowing some positive seeds all around so people can actually take something away from this very toxic space, right? But it's not all the way toxic because we're here. All right, let me see. Not to say, guys, please like this video. Yes, please hit the like button as you're coming in. I appreciate you. My like doesn't update automatically anymore, so for some reason I can't tell. But just do me a favor, just hit the like button. All right. Let me see. Okay, this is the person I should avoid. Hold on one second. No, we shouldn't avoid anybody. You guys should help me address the situation. Let's see what they're saying. Because that comment came 2:33 p.m. Long time ago. Right? To reach out to him to get more recordings for social media, I'm reading this as sarcasm. Okay, sarcasm is one of the worst ways to communicate. But we're not in love with this person, so I guess it's okay. Woman, go and rest. The man has moved on. He only wanted to say his own side of the story, which he was never given the chance before. And that's why Natu said, avoid that guy. She should avoid that guy, I beg. That's literally what should happen, right? But that sounds like what she's been doing all along, right? Until this last week. I mean, unless you have another video of this woman somewhere. Anyway, welcome back. She should allow him to keep masturbating this stupidity. Wahala. Hello, fam. Hope you all had a great Christmas. Yes, welcome. All right. I don't support Susan reaching out to him. Yeah, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. They got 4 children. We're gonna react to that video today and see if we can make some sense out of it, right? Welcome, Mo Fresh, again. All right, we're in the middle of a pre-launch, 3 days away from the launch. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can switch this. Okay, now you can see it properly. Number 1 red flag. Okay, it's gonna be everywhere in 3 days. It's gonna be on Amazon. I think it'll be on Apple too. I think so. Audible.com, audiobooks. If you like audiobooks, be up there. Shh, it's already on audiobook. Anyway, if you don't get it, forget about it. But anyway, Amazon link for you. Yes, let me do that right now, and help me copy and paste and save it somewhere. D-Love, thank you for asking that. I think this is the Amazon link. Let me see if I get this right. Check it and let me know if it's correct. Okay, I think it's 1RFE. So you can actually pre-order the Kindle now, but the paperback and the hardcover like this will be available in 3 days. But you can pre-order the Kindle at this moment. Let me see. Just click on it and let me know if it works. Let me label it. So the Kindle will take you to everything, you know. There you go. Let's try that. Let me know if it doesn't work, then we'll make sure it's available for, you know, for next time around. And copy and save it somewhere so you can help me share it if you're a mod. I appreciate you. All right, if you're on Facebook, it didn't post, but this is it right here, lolaandlola.com/1RFE. Test it, let me know if it works. All right, but this also goes there. Speaking of the book, you can get the free download of the book PDF. Okay, it works perfect, great. But all of those links to everywhere, audiobook, is available through this link, loveandprestige.com. All right, but it also gives you the option to PDF. You should only download the PDF if you are absolutely broke, like you don't know how you're going to eat tomorrow. Okay, but I want to say, please purchase it. Be a verified purchaser of the book and leave a review. We're going to start in about 4 days time. We'll start the 100 reviews campaign. That's actually 200, 100 on Audible, 100 on Amazon. Okay, so, and please, we need your help with this. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. All right, with that being said, not to say it's up on Audible, I said, shh, it's already dead. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone yet that it's already on Audible. Okay, but it's not a, don't tell anyone. Okay, don't tell anyone. And if you don't get what I just said,
you get it. Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
All right. Yep. D-Love says, if I want to buy for a couple of people, how can we buy multiple copies? Kindle is just one Amazon account. Or you want to buy, I think there's a way you can gift. Just go through the process. There's a way you can gift it as. Okay. Princess Ali coming to the live stream show. Yeah, so yeah, I think there's a way you can gift it. Okay, you might have to buy it first, or buy and then it will give you option, or you might buy it second time and you say, do you want to gift it? Because you already, I think, if you detect that you already have it, something like that. But there are absolutely ways you can gift it to other people. All right. You meant the hard copy? Even easy. Just order a couple and change the shipping address to the right people. Even easier. Too late. I will wait and get a hard copy. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you all. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna cover 2 short stories and then we'll get into this reaction. Okay, but we're gonna go through a quick exercise together, and then and then get into this story. All right, I will be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, really quickly, let's talk about LALA Anthony. Let's talk about LALA Anthony. What exactly does she do? Okay. Anyway, she's giving an advice on the internet right now, and I thought we should talk about it. Okay, and let's go through this real quick exercise. Use it as a warm-up before we get into the Emeka Ike'S reaction, wives and sons reaction from the 2 days. All right, LALA Anthony, we're talking about LALA Anthony in a second. Yeah, it's a video here that we're going to react to, but who's LALA Anthony? We'll talk about that in a second. Let me just play the video and then we'll take it from there.
The craziest place you shot your shot, or somebody shot your shot.
I don't believe you still shooting shots, Lala.
I'm very confident.
All right, Nigerian people, you know what shooting your shot means, right? Right? Toasting a man. When is it okay for a woman to toast a man? Is this something you subscribe to? Do you agree with it? Or you're like, nah, we're not gonna do that. LALA Anthony, she's just American, not just American television. She was on Stars Power, right? Power is my favorite show ever. So she was on Power on Stars. 50 cents. But I think she started on TRL back in the days on MTV. Okay. So, shooting your shot at a man, is this something, ladies, come to the pulpit for a second. Would you shoot your shot at a man? Or you don't think this is necessary ever? Ever? Nigerian woman. African woman, I should say. Or black women. Well, is she black? I don't think so. I think she's mixed with all kind of Hispanic stuff. Right, so would you shoot your shot? Is this okay? Gentlemen, do you appreciate a woman shooting their shot at you? Would you appreciate if a woman come and toast you? You know, some people, the only time they've been toasted is after they became superstars, so they don't know what to do with that. They have no idea what to do with that. They lose their mind and they start spending money, yalla yolo, yalla yalla. And then they come back 20 years and come and regret it and tell us like, I did this, I did that for a mother, I did that. But yeah. D-Love says, I will make myself sing and flirt, but won't straight up shoot shots. I like that. Let me see. From my countenance, you will see that I'm interested, but I won't shoot no damn shot. No. Jesus, countenance. Are you expecting men to start reading minds? Is that what you're asking right now? You're asking men to start reading your mind. Well, countenance. You said countenance. Physical, is there a way you pose? Do you put your hands up like this and just stay there like stiff? Or do you like stand to the side? Or do you flip your hair back? And like, what exactly are you doing? What do you mean by countenance? Kilo mean, I'm teaching you. Kilo mean by countenance, right? Make myself seen. I can still see how that can physically work. You can like walk across the room I guess you could like stand where you are seen, especially if it's like a social gathering, a social mixer of some sort going on, right? But you said countenance, and you know, these days people interpret things in different ways. So she says she's Afro-Latina, so she's black. Okay, so she's black. Dilo says, I'll play with my hair and be like, ha ha ha. Okay, ha ha, play with my ha ha. Wait, I'm trying to picture that. Anyway, Dilo has never shown us a picture, so we don't know. We can't picture it, right? Anyway, countenance, meaning I will smile, give eye contact. Okay, I like that. That sounds more physical. But let's see. She's giving advice, so let's see. Let's see how she does it. You know, Lala Anthony, it might be a lot easier for, not a lot, you know, I can't say a lot easier, but it might be easy for her because she's a good-looking woman, right? So it might be easy for her. Let me say that, right? Because women don't have to struggle too much if they're good looking to get some attention. But let's see what she says. Let's continue.
If I have to, I will.
I believe people shooting shots at
She said, if I have to, I will.
you.
They do, but I'm just saying, like, it's nothing wrong if a female sees something they like to approach or put something out there. Like sometimes
She's talking, she's talking from two sides of her mouth. She said, put something out there, and then she said approach at the same time. All right, when you say approach from where I'm from, that means you're toasting the person. That means you're actually verbally, explicitly shooting your shot. Putting yourself out there sounds more like what D-Love said, or countenance, which is make eye contact, right?
sometimes females don't want to do that, and they feel like the guy always has to be the one pursuing. Like, it's
First of all, it's okay for the guy to pursue, but continue, Auntie.
okay. Sometimes a guy might not think you're interested or whatever, even give him a shot. So
That's his fault. If he doesn't think you're interested, he should still shoot his shot regardless, okay? But I get it. We're talking about from the standpoint of the woman. You don't want to lose out on something good just because he has a little bit of fear, right? The tricky part about this is always like, if you help him now when he has fear, it's waiting until he's sure that you're interested, right? How long are you going to have to keep doing that? Can this behavior show up in other aspects of life? The answer is yes. But it's not that deep. Let's not overthink it, okay? But it's possible.
I'm saying there's a certain way you go about it. Just put a little something out there and see what happens.
Okay. So I think this might have been a continuation of the Simone Biles story with what's his name, Jonathan Owens, right? Because apparently she shot her shot, right? And so people are already looking at her sideways, like, you shot your shot. Maybe this guy really doesn't like you like that, right? And they look at the picture and say, looks like she's too excited.
What's a little something from LALA look like? I need to know.
I would just be like, you know, hey, it's really nice to meet you. Like,
It's really nice to meet you. That's not shooting your shot. I guess it's a shot. If a girl tell me it's nice to meet me, that's all I need, personally. Okay, that's all I need. And I will still not consider it toasting, but that's all I need. Let's continue.
it's just how I say it. It's the tone in my voice.
Hey, it's
No,
really
it's
nice.
really
It's really nice to
hi.
meet you.
Hi, I'm Lala. It's really, really nice to meet you.
It's
How
really,
are you?
really,
Like,
really
it's
nice.
really, really nice to
As you
meet
look them up and down, it's
Yeah,
really,
it's
really
like
nice.
it's
to
such
meet you.
like it's really, really nice to meet you. And then
She said really, really. Maybe increase the really to about 5 more times. It is really, 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 really nice to meet you. Okay, maybe 3 times is enough, right? Hey, cool mama, hello, welcome. Right? Is it the number of times she said really? She said it's how you say it, right? And then she tried to soften it up a little bit. I don't know. Would you guys buy into this? Would you say it's nice to meet you for someone you're interested in? Ladies, I'm asking you, ladies. Would you say that? Hey, Yvette, good to see you, Yvette. Because some guys find it so difficult to even approach or start the conversation. I know. And I'm conflicted on that, because if a man finds it difficult to approach, how many, like out of every 10 guys, how many guys find it difficult to approach? If it's 9 out of every 10, I'll say you might want to shoot your shot. okay? Because, you know, winter is coming. Oh, winter is already here. Right? If it's 2 out of 10 guys that finds it difficult to approach, I bet let him be. You will continue to have to help him. I'm just saying. Just look in your circle. If you notice that it's a consistent thing, and you know. But I think a lot of guys do. They might be intimidated, you know. But it's such a terrible excuse. Jesus Christ. Learn how to have some confidence, gentlemen. It's not the end of the world if they say no. Anyway, let me finish this.
Depending on his, we're like, well, it's really nice to meet you too. Then I'm like, all right, we might got something here. Like, you just gotta feel it out. Why are you looking at me like that? Damn.
She's right about you gotta feel it out, right? Some people don't understand what that means. They're like, what do you mean? What is contenance?
The bar is that low. This is a simple greeting.
Is the bar is that low? Jesus Christ. She's interested.
Hi. Yes. Hi. My name is.
Really nice to meet you. No, but I'm saying I have to have an interest. Is what I'm saying. So
she's getting to it. Interest. Write that down. Interest. Interest is a big part of it. All right. Interest. Some people might use it interchangeably with attraction. All right. But there has to be some level of interest.
I'm like, okay, let me just see. Or just like conversation, like talking to somebody. It just happens. You just know when it's a.
If it's 9 out of 10 guys that have a difficult time approaching girls, it's not just going to happen. She's saying it just happens because she's probably speaking from a place of privilege, right? She probably has about 5 options, and she chose one of them to go and say, it's really, 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 really nice to meet you, right? All right. It doesn't matter how many options people have. The point here is that if you find something that you're interested in, someone that you're interested in, if you have interest, right, then she's going to make a point here that I think I want to drive home. Let's continue.
Vibe.
Okay, so what's inappropriate? You at your game, you at a game, watching your son play. Is that inappropriate?
You know what I've realized?
Because your son's balling, you're watching, and somebody in your ear.
No, that.
They're talking about what's inappropriate now, right? If you remember my wife and I's story, the first time I told a snippet of that story, there was somebody that was like, well, you can't just kiss me or something like that. I was like, well, it depends on what you mean. Who are we kissing exactly? Are you reading the room? Are you able to read the room? Are you okay if it's a rejection? If it's an outright you misread the room, are you okay? Do you know how to respond to a situation where you misread the room and there's been an active crisis? Like you kissed the person that you thought were interested, but you were wrong. Like, oh, my bad, right? Do you know how to do that? If you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to do that, if you don't carry a certain level of confidence with you, it might backfire, right? The same event can take on a whole new meaning, right? But if there's interest, that's where she's getting at right now, because this guy just asked, when is it inappropriate? That's what we're getting at right now. When is it ever inappropriate to shoot your shot at a man? And then she answered, she's answering with more of interest. Let's keep going.
That would annoy me. But here's the thing, and my cousin Dice and I talk about this all the time.
Salute to Dice.
If you're not interested, it's always inappropriate. So the thing is,
if there's no interest, it's always inappropriate. The same events will take on a whole new meaning just because there's no interest. Okay? So what do you do with that? How do you make sure there's interest? It goes back to the whole discernment thing we were talking about yesterday, right? Right? It goes back to that. It goes back to, how do you get discernment? You have to work on yourself. How do you work on yourself? Well, we're doing it right now. Because this is not the most entertaining show in the world. It's not. Because we're not doing gender warrior here. Right? You plug in on programs like this, you build yourself. You're going to hear some things over time. You're going to create your own rules. And those rules are going to be top 3% skill set in the world. Because most people are right now in the middle of basketballs on the internet. Okay? And that's why they all tend to fail. Okay, let's keep going.
No, it's true because look, let me tell you something.
That's true.
You could take two. I could give you a scenario. If you're into somebody, it'll be the greatest thing you've ever heard. If you're not into them or not interested, it's the worst thing you ever heard. So it's all based on your interest. Because if a guy that
That's why social skills is everything. Emotional intelligence is everything. At the end of the day, all of the logical nonsense will fall in the poto. When people don't feel right around you. Okay? People feeling like they want to be around you is a function, just a function. That's not absolute. A function of your social intelligence. Okay? Everything from the way you carry yourself, your countenance, all the way down to a kicking breath, right? Body odor, right? If people don't want to be around you, everything about you will be offensive. Everything is inappropriate. Let's keep going.
a girl was feeling at a basketball game, is like, yo, I know your son's playing, but maybe after, can we have... You would be so into it. If it's a guy you have no interest in, you would be like, get away from me right now. My son's on the court. So any scenario...
Yes. There's more than enough things around you. It doesn't have to be the sun. It could be anything. There's more than enough negative things around you. You can point fingers out when it just feels wrong. Right? When it just everything is inappropriate. My son is here. Get away from me. Or wait, let me see. Let me make sure my son is good. Hold on, right there. Let me, you might. Some girls, some ladies will tell you to hold on. Give me 1 second. Don't leave. They make sure their children is good, and then they'll come back to you. Right? Why? Because the interest is there, right? So now we've changed the conversation from you still shoot your shot. When is it appropriate? When is it inappropriate? When there's interest, it's always appropriate. Of course, it depends on so many other things. You need to have some skills too with regards to how do you position yourself? How do you start a conversation without coming off as thirsty? Somebody said there's a difference between hungry and thirsty, right? I was like, oh, I get it. But thirsty is not good. Just think the difference. Just think about thirsty. Being thirsty is not good, right?
It works if you have interest in the person.
Damn, that's a good point. You can be Steph Curry with the shot if the woman is into you.
Yeah.
That's why there could be a lame, rich guy, right? And just because it's rich, it can change everything. Can change the reality of if it's okay, if it's appropriate or not. Of course, those one will collect later if they don't read that properly. Because in the same token, you can catch lawsuits. Shout out to PDD. Okay.
Wow. So where's the craziest place you shot your shot or somebody shot your shot?
I don't believe you still shooting shots, LALA.
I'm very confident. If I have to, I will.
Mm-hmm. I believe people shooting.
All right. So confidence is sexy. If you have confidence, right, most people find that sexy. Most people are interested in getting to know where's that confidence coming from. And your spectrum can go from low to very high when it comes to interest. That person becoming interested in you, right? And it shows in the way you move and everything. With that being said, I still think on a general scale, men should be the one doing the toasting. You can throw him a little bit of bait here and there. If he doesn't catch it, just know that there's only so much you can help him. If you help him right now, you have to keep helping him for the rest of the life of that relationship. It's not sustainable. You will end up resenting that. Okay? But it's okay to help him. Right? Help him. Speaking of helping him, some people are helping me here. I like it. Mofred says, because some guys find it so difficult to even approach or start the conversation. We already talked about that. Yeah, if you just use your discretion. If you have to help him too much, it's probably a bad idea. This social skill to the film girl says the social skill to read the room is very hard to teach. You get it or you don't.
You get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
It's very hard. That's why it's very rewarding once you figure it out. That's why it's very, very rewarding. Once you figure it out, you can basically use it over and over and over again, and it will work every single time. But you're right. Let's see. Toby and Tribe says, Eye contact is important. If he likes you back, he will keep looking your way. That's a fact. For polarity reason, it might be better if he makes the first move. Yes, thank you for bringing that word into it, right? Sexual polarity is very important in all of this, and that's what I was trying to say. With it's not sustainable over time because of our social construct. If you have to always help him, the man should lead. Okay, you don't have to allow him to lead. He should know how to lead, regardless if you allow him or not. If he doesn't know how to lead, regardless if you allow him or not, be careful with that. Be careful with that. Anyway, let's cover one more story before we get into the reaction. Shout out to LALA. I think there was some good lessons in there. I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Lil Duval. It's a comedian. It's a clown. Lil Duval is a comedian. The guy is like the height of this thing right here. Can you see? Yeah, I'm just kidding. No short people shaming. No, especially short men. We're not gonna shame short men on the show, okay? But it's very popular, you know, here in America at least. It's a comedian, stand-up comedian. He's also a musician. Remember the song? What's that song that he did? I forgot. He did one song like that one time. Now they're calling him a musician. He's an actor. He probably featured in Ice Cube's movies. But anyway, I don't know. It's a comedian. He's 46 years old. But he had this statement to make here. Looking at it from the Jasmine brand Instagram page. Lil Duval says, women these days are dating for financial assistance. Okay. So this message is going to be very, very short. I just wanted to drop this out there for my brothers. Okay. These are the kind of... I'm living my best life. Thank you, Natu. Yeah. I don't even know how to sing it right now, but I know it's coming in my head. So if I remember, I'll still sing it. Yeah. Anyway, he said, Lil Duval says, women these days are dating for financial assistance. These are some of those subtle poisons that you need to be aware of. Are there women dating for financial assistance? Yes. Are there majority of women? No. Are there majority of Instagram slay mamas? Maybe. Okay. Are there majority of women in your circle? I don't know, because I don't know what's in your circle. Are there majority of women? No, it is not. If that was the case, we'll be in a war zone. Okay. Even with the gender warriors, the war zone is usually like some kind of isolated place on some channel somewhere. They usually gather themselves somewhere where they're talking. Okay. So, but that's why this is very poisonous, because it might align with, remember I said, are all the women in your circle, are they looking for financial assistance? I said maybe. I don't know. If that's the case, you will relate with this message, right? And you will actually literally expand that pool, because you'll be looking for them everywhere. Every time you find it, confirmation bias, right? And there's more than enough of them for you to confirm it. You usually tend to hang out where they are. Remember, they're in your circle, or they're in your algorithm, right? And you will tend to see them, and you tend to see, I said it. They're all looking for financial assistance. Okay, that's the poison. Okay, that's the poison. It's like truth, but a little bit of poison, right? Aligns, confirmation bias aligns with how you feel, because your circle happens to be the truth of what he's saying, right? So he might even say, hey, I'm just telling the truth, right? So he's a truth teller, right? So, but let me go into some of these comments. No, this is the actual statement. He said, y'all be dating for help, not love. Okay, that's the actual statement he made. So I see somebody say, men are dating for help too. Right? The person said, the woman he knows, most women are making more than the man. So there you go. So of course this is going to trigger a lot of women. All right. And then he leaves a comment, I choose violence. So it's not that deep. but there's poison in it nonetheless, right? And then Claudia Jordan, who is a celebrity as well, says just women, because the way these men want to be bad bitches, that is shaming language. That is the sign language, shaming, insult, guilt, and needs to be right. Anyway, well, if we have more than enough men keep talking about 50-50, you attract what you attract. You're gonna attract what you attract. It is what it is.
Hey! Yo! With me, nigga! What's wrong with you, nigga? Come on! Where my glasses? Get off of me before I drop your goofy ass again. Now beat that, bitch ass nigga. Pay for this shit. Hurry up.
No,
pay for that shit and hurry up before I drop your ass again. Touch me, then I'm gonna drop.
Stop video before they help me. You got my key.
Somebody help
you.
No,
help you.
Somebody help you. That's what I'm saying. Listen, if you repeat 50-50 a couple more times, you attract the sign language. You know, you might attract the sign language. Let me see. This person says, I never see these dudes speaking positively about women. Wahala. Someone said, and men are dating to F. Have P available for a place to stay, for your energy, for status, for ownership, for kids to have a good single mom. Jesus. Ouch. For resources, to have made a home, to make you feel younger, to have someone go 50-50 with you on these bills. I think Bevale. Aren't we all using each other somehow? It's a question. It's very true though. A woman, there's always a woman that will say it's very true though, but let's not act like men don't do the same. Men don't do the same. Everything I said earlier applies to men. If you feel like men are doing the same, check your circle, check your algorithms. Okay, start another account. Just make sure you come back to Men of Prestige after you start the account. You've been listening to the wrong thing. You've been hanging around the wrong people. Okay, so I can't speak for your circle, but you can't claim that you have all 8 billion people in your circle. Not even all 20 million people in New York City are in your circle, right? So it's cap at the end of the day. So the same thing goes for the men. It's not everyone that's dating because they want something from you. Sometimes they just like you. They just like your energy. But this person did say energy, right? Let me come to the chat real quickly. Yeah. A few guys say, newsflash, women from all tribes of the world have been dating for financial assistance for thousands of years. Young women were married off by their families to men of means. Hypogamy is old school. Wait, hypogamy is still real on the men's side. I thought, right? Oh, so it's old school. So men are marrying up too. That's another angle. Yes. So it's context. Context is involved in this, right? But let me do this. The lesson I really want to pull out of this is this. Just a reminder. Okay, just a reminder. Somebody says self-accountability. Wow, this is deep. And they're supposed to be on this live show. Come into the live room. Okay. Let me see. Self-accountability is deep for some people. They've never heard it before. Never assume that people know what you know. Share the live stream with other people. People are struggling out there. But anyway, let me tell you what people need. Okay. All right. At the end of the day, this is just off of this one theory, but all of the other theories align with this in one shape, form, or the other. Okay. People date for certainty. Okay. They date for variety. Okay. They date for significance. Okay. It's a moving target, by the way. They date for connection. Right. Yeah. There are some people that just connected with you, with your energy. They don't really want anything from you. And honestly, in the beginning, that's really all you should focus on, right? Make sure there's a connection first. Okay, sometimes that looks like friendship, because every relationship will get tested anyway. And one of the first things that people point fingers at when those relationships get tested is finances. You only wanted me for my money. You only wanted me for my money. Now, after you have the money, you're satisfied. You want to dump me. Baba, no, you need to trace that money back to number one, certainty, security. Financial security is not the same thing as money. It's not the same thing. There are people that don't have money. They feel financially secured. Pay attention. Please. Pay attention. If you're very rich and you bought her a Range Rover, listen to me, gentlemen, especially you. You bought her a Range Rover last year. Okay? She's still riding the Range Rover, but in the last 3 months, we're not sure where money is going to come from. Worse, you are not sure where money is going to come from. And you're pouring all of this uncertainty on her. And you're like, she should understand. Baba, she's still riding Range Rover. You're right. You gave her your last card last month. It's still possible that she doesn't feel financially secure though. Don't come here and be telling me it shouldn't be. Baba, it is exactly what it is. You need to pay attention to that. And it's not that you must fill that gap right now from a physical or financial standpoint. Is you need to have emotional intelligence around that. Because she just needs to feel safe. That's all. But your mouth is probably doing you a solid. Like making it worse for you. Probably like, you should understand. I should understand. Kilo mean. Well, why are you being disrespectful? Well, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. Well, no, uncle. And it becomes an argument, and you now go back to, oh, it's because you went broke. No. You already went broke. Okay? But your mouth is not helping issues. You already lost your school. But your mouth is not helping the issues. Okay? Your pride, your ego is not helping matters. Your expectations of human beings. Just because you have money and they're living in a large house, they should feel secure. Your expectations are off. Okay? That Range Rover, the reality is that see finish don't enter. That was last year you bought that. She should still appreciate you're right, but she should is fantasy. The reality is that the frame of reference is discombobulated. It's like, you know what I mean? And all you need to do is understand that so you can soothe whatever that pain is and say, hey, babe, reassure them. Reassurance is all it takes sometimes. And when you're busy and you're working and you say, babe, I got us. That's all it takes sometimes to live another day so that you can have the peace of mind you require and you require, okay? More like, because again, if it's either you know how to or you don't know how to. If you don't know how to, I can't call you deserve. You don't have the skills. But that you require, the peace of mind you require is a function of how you move. It's a function of the level of peace of mind you bring to the table. What does she bring to the table? Literally everything you bring to the table plus more. But you have to bring something first. That's the reality of our social construct. Okay? So when we're busy counting it in dollars, in $1 in the bank account, that's where we miss it. But if you count it mentally, emotional, from an emotional, intelligent place, it will make better sense to you why people will have it all, seemingly to you, but they're complaining. Right? Should they do that? If you think they shouldn't do it, you are right.
Well, you're right.
If you think it is what it is, even better. You're right.
Well, you're right.
Some people want you because you look like growth to them. You look like if they come around you, their life will be better. He's an actor. He can mentor me. I want to be around him. Oh, it's not bad. It's not a bad looking guy. Somebody say, oh, she only got with him because of money. No, that's lame. That's a lame angle to look at it from. Lame as in lack of game. Okay? That's such a long time ago. 4 kids later, you cannot reference that. That's stupid. Okay? Such a long time ago. There's a lot that has happened. Many people will go through half of that. They will go through half of that time, double the trauma they went through, figure things out, and they're living happily ever after, and you will never find out. But of course, you have to find out because of him. Okay? Contribution. Some people want you because you're a project. You look like somebody they can add value to. There's a level this gets to that becomes toxic. It's not a good idea. It's a bad idea. It's a level, at some level for all of us, it's a good thing. You know. Yeah, thank you so much for the $5. Liz, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I feel like I just got rich. Jesus Christ, you people. All right, so let's get into, since this is kind of connecting with the story, let's go into the reaction of the day with the Emeka Ike'S wife and stuff. Let's get into that. I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. So this is the video that was dropped, I don't know, about a couple of hours ago by Jude. We're going to react to it within the fair use guidelines. Let me just make sure I give him the proper credit is due with Jude. Okay. I am going to react in between. I will stop it, I will pause it, I will react, I will give my commentaries. With that being said, let me just go ahead and do this right now. Bring some smoke. Okay, I'm dropping the link already. Okay, let's see, because I don't want to go over time today. So if you want to come into the studio, you have some opinions about this, please come and share. You have some disagreements, you have, please come and share. But we're going to react to this short 17-minute video. I told you all of it, the whole interview is less than 50 minutes altogether. I think the first one was about 30 minutes. This one's about 17 minutes. And that's two people. Divide that by two, right? Compared to the length and the weight, the emotional weight of the abusive words that came from this guy. You can't compare, two different things. But let's get into it. This is the second part of the Chude interview. I just want to make sure I give him proper credit. So if you want to watch the full thing, it's at the YouTube channel with Chude. All right. And then, all right, great. Let's do that. Let's do it.
Go and drop in front of a truck right now. Now. Go and drop in front of. Jump from where you are and break your head and smash it. You're my stress. You're my problem. You're the one I sent to school. I spent all my money that I didn't have. I was just getting money to save you. You jump and took my children out and gave them to blackmailers. And they are blackmailing me using you. And you're telling me it's better I die. Go and do that now. Don't do it tomorrow. I want to hear it.
All right. So he has been complaining about blackmailing for a long time. Okay. So even the first very interview he did on Robbing Minds on Channel TV, he was complaining about blackmailing, I think. Yeah, when they asked him what happened to you, he said, well, blackmailers, some people came to his house. He was saying all that, right? So this blackmailing thing is a repeating theme in his rhetoric, okay?
Idiot. Think I'll let you blackmail me? And I will still get your mother. Oh. I will still get your mother. Oh. Is it Ken? Ken. Don't worry. The people behind this will hear from me. Don't wait for me to kill you. My hand not supposed to touch you. Go and kill yourself because you're distressed here.
Join us on the studio. All right, so there's a part of him that doesn't believe that they are doing it from their own free will. When he says the people behind it, they will hear from me. Okay? He truly believes, no evidence, by the way. No evidence.
We go explain because no evidence.
Okay. He truly believes that the people that his wife, ex-wife, and son are being controlled by some kind of blackmailers. Again, there's a blackmailing thing going on. By the way, he mentioned Segun Arinze's name, and we are finding out that he had some he had some issues with them in the past when he was running for the president of the guild, actors AGN, right? Something like that. I'm not sure what that is, but he has some issues to sort out with some industry people. So again, it makes sense to me that he's talking about blackmailing, and it makes sense to me that a lot of Nigerians reacting to this cannot see through him. They can't see. Auntie B mentioned something earlier, which is, I agree, it's a mental breakdown. That this is just a man going through a mental breakdown. You could be going through a mental breakdown, and it's still your fault. Okay, especially if you're a grown man. Okay, because you're a grown man, you're responsible for yourself. You know, so the blackmailing thing is a repetitive theme. He feels like some people are, you know, so that tells me that all of his frustration is coming from an authentic place. Authentic doesn't mean it's not wrong. Listen to me carefully, okay? Authentic doesn't mean that that he's a man with lack of skills. I think majority of this outburst is coming from a place of lack of skills. People that lack skills, they can absolutely hurt their loved ones. Absolutely, they can hurt their loved ones. And you know what they say about hurt people. And in terms of, oh, he's just reacting to something, well, that's part of your responsibility, especially as a man, to learn how to react to crisis and conflict in a way that you don't self-destruct or try to destroy other people in the process. How much more your child, right? So let's keep going.
You know, it's Michael. Michael was on the set, and you know, against his mother's objections, because she wanted to put.
Michael is on the set against his mother's objection. A major part of the arguments on the internet over the past few days is literally judging this woman. So why would she? And if you did not see this video, you would think they are talking about a 2-year-old or a 3 or 5 years old who their mother forced to come and blackmail their father. If you didn't plug into this and say, why? If you didn't plug in, you would think that's what they're saying. But again, a few hours before we started this show, he dropped this video. And there you have Chude. Chude is now confirming what we'd already known. Like, at least if we didn't know, we ask questions. We're not just going to make assumptions. That, oh, how dare you force her to come and force your son to come and speak. You know, these are some things that I hope that 5 to 10 years from now you can pick up, and you don't have to have 2 sides or 3 sides or 5 sides of the story before you can okay, you're right. You can just pick it up by hearing one side of the story. You just know how people move. You can just basically predict it. Prediction doesn't mean you're correct. It means you're predicting. Right? It means you're able to predict and be very close. At least you're able to say, she brought her son. Even if you didn't see the interview, she brought her son. How old is the son? At least you patient, relax. Because if you don't have this patience to ask this question, you will lack patience inside of your relationship. I'm telling you now. The idea of just being open-minded, that's where you practice small patience. Right? How old is the son? 12 years old? Why would they bring the 12 years old? Well, the 12-year-old has a story to tell. A story to tell? I know. But you didn't even ask. He just assumed towards the direction that your brain functions the most, which is it must be the woman's fault. Oh yeah, there are women who do this too. Okay? Let me tell you something. Speaking of, there are women who do this too. I'll be right back.
Beautiful girl, spoiling night, killing time. I find a beautiful girl.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. There's a woman, I think her name is EBERE, something like that. And she had a strong opinion about this. Okay, there you have it. Some actress EBERE. All right, actress UCHE EBERE knocks Emeka Ike's ex-wife Susan for allowing her son to be interviewed to talk about his experience with his father. I will bet my monthly livelihood on it that this woman never saw the video before she made a comment. She might have, but I will bet a whole month on it that she did not. This just happens to be the side of her brain that works. That's all. That's all. Let me, before I touch about EBERE for a second here, one second. Let's go through the chat really quickly. Shola, shout out to Shola, says this Emeka Ike case is a classic sociopath case. I know too many Sholas, so I don't know which Shola is talking personally. So I don't know if it's one of the Sholas I know. My younger brother is Shola, but I don't think that's his account. Blackmailing him for what? He doesn't say. No, it doesn't. He's sociopathic and needs professional help. He sounds manic. Sociopathic people are never at fault and they blame others for their actions. And there's always more than enough people around them to blame, by the way. So there's always more than enough events, people, things, place, and things that they can blame. So it's like a vicious cycle. It's like they keep digging that hole for themselves. Yesterday, I was so mad at Emeka. However, after watching a few videos, I have come to the conclusion that this man is not okay. So I only wish him healing from his demons. That's awesome. That's what I like. I like that. I like that. Yep. This is deeper than any right and wrong rhetoric. I think he is paranoid. It's possible he's imagining things. Yes, of course. The human brain is such a powerful organ. Yes, of course. Referring to a 23-year-old as a child. Nonsense people. Yep. They're everywhere. One of them is on the screen right now. The fact that his son fears of becoming him is like, wow. Yeah, we're going to get to that part in a second. Yep. Severe mental health issues to include paranoia. Yep. To the current Mrs. Ike, at the very least, hope you are taking notes on how your predecessor is being treated. She needs to do everything in her power to get him help. Okay. But he needs to start with support because he needs to feel heard and seen. He needs to feel understood. If he doesn't, it will just get worse. It will get worse. That's one of the reasons why his house is outraged. He's probably reading more into the comments of people that seems like they are against him. He probably doesn't watch through like this full video to even hear me say, hey, he needs help. He will just hear like, whoa, and then you just overreact again. And he doesn't know me. He will pick up fights with his people, the people he love the most. Unfortunately, you know. Faith says, for a second when listening to that voice note, I was like, is he acting or reading his lines? He might come out later and say that's a movie. I don't know. Emeka needs help. Yeah, he does. He needs help. It's not, and it's okay to need help. That's one of the messages I'm trying to pass along to Emeka and many Emekas out there. We all need help at one junction or the other. Like nobody figures it all out. Okay, in one aspect of your life or the other, you need help, and it's better to seek help than to just blame it on everybody else. It's always a bad idea to give your problems away. Your problems are yours. There are opportunities for you to improve yourself. When you give them away in the form of pointing fingers, you're hurting yourself. Okay. Anyway, this is the statement from Auntie. Auntie said, you are really a bad mother. You're really a bad mother. Okay. Now, we don't have any statement from Auntie. Maybe she gave statement where she was holding Emeka Ike accountable too. I don't follow her, so I don't know. Okay. And I'm not willing to. I don't think it matters, actually. But this statement is all I need to see. But let's keep reading. You're really a bad mother for bringing your son out for interviewing. So this is clearly a person, not just pick side. Pick side is just as bad as it gets, but this is outright judgment. Okay. When a person is judgmental, how do you think they behave inside of their personal relationships? Do you think that this woman, outside of her looks, let's say she's a good looking woman, I don't know, I really haven't paid attention to her that much. Do you think if she finds herself in crisis, can she seduce her way back into the good graces of her romantic partner? Can she do that? No, because number 4, the poison, judgment. That's just how she moves. She couldn't wait to say this is a bad mother. Now, could Emeka Ike's wife, ex-wife, be a bad mother? Yes, but we don't know. And if you don't know and you make an assumption like that, that is more so about you than her. That's something about you that's doing that. It's something about you that's doing that. Okay? Anti-seducer, moralizer, police. Number 3. I'll leave that on the screen when I'm reading. Okay? To prove what exactly? Okay? Bringing your son out for interviewing to prove what exactly? See how you all are washing your dirty clothes in the public. To fiakwa. That means God forbid. You're destroying these children, and when it will backfire, it will be deadly. But God forbid, and the little champ really needs wisdom and prayers, because he's going to be a father too. He wants to be a father. He's afraid of being like his dad. How's that? Right? How's that? Don't use your hand to bring curse on your life. This message goes to the beginning. If it has to go anywhere, I don't even think it's necessary for Emeka Ike tell him he's a bad father. I don't think it's necessary to tell him that. You're not helping him by saying that. You're making matters worse. Don't you get it that the human emotions is not your mate, and he will react to defend himself rather than to build himself when you lead with an attack? Don't you get it? Don't use your hand to bring curse on your life and future. Now, this is supposed to, I think she's an actress, supposed to be a colleague. If you're a colleague to the husband, you're just as much a colleague to the wife. Yes, or including all the ex-wives. Yes. I can't read Omu Unku Ga MAC. Chiye, help me. I don't know what that means. I asked here, I actually left a comment yesterday, 3 days ago. That's when this happened. What does she know? She probably felt safer bringing him. This right and wrong rhetoric is why many of you are generating wrong results with your relationship. You think everything is about right and wrong. That's why that's a recipe for disaster. Because the other person always feel like they're right too, as much as you feel like you're right. Like, are you going to argue with Emeka Ike that it's not right? How do you think that's going to work out? If you try to argue with Emeka Ike that he's not right now, if you happen to be his wife, and everything you're coming from is just wrong, he's wrong. You think you're like, oh, what are the chances? If it's an emotionally intelligent person, he will say, what do you mean I'm wrong? Most people are not. I don't know if you're paying attention. Okay? He will probably react with his emotions, not emotional intelligence, but with his emotions. You say, you're wrong. What do you mean I'm wrong? You're not making any sense. What do you mean I'm wrong? You're wrong. Your papa too. Isn't that how human beings work? To the point that we're normalizing it, we think it's normal. Okay. Can he be a perfectionist, or when he can't reach his level of perfection, he takes the frustration out of his family? Yes, that's possible too. Absolutely. You know, that's why Mr. Nice Guys are dangerous. They think because they're perfect, they expect other human beings to be perfect. It's unrealistic expectations. It doesn't work in relationships. We need more grace than all that nonsense, all that perfectionist nonsense in relationships. Because no one outside admits to seeing this side of him. Yeah. Because and that's a real blind spot. That's where the PA is absolutely wrong. right? The PA does not know what is going on, never knew or will never know what happened in that relationship truly. The only thing he saw was symptoms. He saw, because according to her, while she was being beat down and all that kind of shit, you saw symptoms. You don't know what was going on inside of that relationship. And again, if you attack it from the angle of right and wrong, you will just be actively looking. So we did it first. So we did. That's what you'll be doing, as opposed to asking these people to go for help, because it's a dynamic. It's not do us unto others, as we like to say. As you're like, that's cute. In reality, when you find yourself in crisis, people don't do us unto others. They need to win. Even when the worst part about this is that they interpret that in their head as you two, you are winning. Just follow my lead. Right? So gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Somebody said any woman that turns her kids against her husband, their father, is a bad woman. That is accurate. But that's if they are actually turning against their husband. But there's more to this story. There's more to it. Okay? And I know where this person is coming from. They're coming from a very judgmental police moralizer place, which means they self. Them too, they will collect inside of relationship because they think it's all about right and wrong. When you think it's about all about right and wrong, you take your focus away from your seduction skills, your power, your actual power, which is influence. Because after all, they should just do the right thing. And any moment they do the wrong thing, you have no grace left. Not for them, but for yourself. You lose yourself. You lose your shit immediately. Because how dare that they're not perfect like you. It's a pedestal you put yourself on. Wajabo, it's a matter of time. Nobody's perfect. Right? It's a pedestal, but you can't see, you can't smell your own breath. So in your own head, it's like you're perfect. And by the way, this person might have been giving you grace for so long, but if they have to tell you every time they're giving you grace, it won't be grace. It will become like, okay, let me rest a little bit now. Thank you. Right. But the reality is that you get more grace from people more than you realize. So you should be a little bit more intentional when you're giving grace. Just choose to give grace. And you can do that without tampering with holding people accountable or drawing healthy boundaries. You can absolutely do that. It's all about the vibe, your energy, like the emotional stability around you. Are you bringing chaos, or you're busy overreacting to chaos? You didn't see that coming. Yes. When you're busy overreacting to chaos, you obviously bring chaos. You bring more chaos. Right? People with cultural beliefs shake my head. The son is more self-aware than people give him credit for. Yes. The actress condemning his ex-wife is being judgmental. Absolutely. Without knowing what is going on. And the devil has, it's not the devil, the scripture has a very strong scripture around that. It's grave consequences. Go read it. I won't say it here. If you're judging and you don't understand what is going on, you gotta be careful. But all you judge here all the time. What are you talking about? If you read what I'm doing here as judging all the time, how is this for judging?
Sorry.
Because honestly, if you don't get it, I don't know.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
If you don't get it, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. You know? I'd like to know the background of Emeka grew up in. What about his parents? That is aggression with words is something he must have grew up seeing and developing from there. It's a function of our behavior is also, it's a function of temperament, personality, but also a lot of learned behavior, of course. A lot of learned, but it's not absolute. There are kids that will grow up in the same house and they all behave differently because there's multiple variables, right? But you're right, that's one variable. A lot of that is learned behavior, so there's a increased heightened chance that a person will act out of order like that if they've seen it all their life growing up. But it's a chance, it's not always absolute, right? Emeka has been using hovering as a tactic over the years. I bet he has. They don't. Yeah, if you paid attention, a lot of people that say he's such a nice guy, they probably weren't around him long enough. They probably didn't pay attention. Okay, or they haven't seen him in the place of crisis before. See how people act when they are faced with crisis is also different from how they act when everything is there for them. Assistant, PA, this, that, right? But really, your skills it's really shows out when you're in crisis, not when everything is happy. You know, when people say, "Oh, the son made him do it," tell Enko. But how do you behave when the son make you do something? That's what we're talking about. Susan Emma said that both her and Michael need therapy. Yes, she says that she does not have the money for it now. I hope someone can sponsor therapy for them. My heart goes out to her and her son. Yeah. I agree. He's incredibly self-aware and connecting the dots of his internal battles, which is the first step. Yeah, Toby, I know Toby gets this because I've seen enough about submissions. Yes, absolutely. That's why it's not really right and wrong issues. You know, it's usually deeper. But yeah, this auntie right here, this auntie EBERE should go and rest. I want to get back to you don't have to have an opinion on everything. Okay, even me that I'm a content creator here, I don't always give opinions. I just like, you know, like for example, today Ondo State Governor passed away. I don't really have much opinion about it. We're gonna do a show on the other platform, our sister platform, SHOWTIME TV. If somebody can help me grab the link to SHOWTIME TV, we're going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time talking about that with my uncle, who is a journalist who can talk about stuff like that. I mean, that's all about it coming. I don't have to have opinion on everything. And so people just don't know that, you know. But I can ask questions if I'm interested. It's all okay to ask questions. Just ask questions, right? Open-ended questions, not yes or no. Yes or no. Just tell me yes or no. Once they start doing that, at that point, it's like, okay, this one just want to debate. They're not looking to learn anything. Okay? I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Protect him, but you know, her friends thought that it was necessary for him to speak. And you know, I heard some frightening on the set, and you know, against his mother's objections.
So keep in mind, against his mother's objection,
she wanted to protect him, but
she wanted to protect him.
You know, her friends thought that it was necessary for him to speak. And you know,
her friends thought it was necessary for him to speak. After hearing the whole interview myself, it was absolutely necessary for him to speak, because some of these lame people on the internet, yes, lame people on the internet, would have taken her words and twisted around. Because even though there's a grown man next to her, her son, corroborating what she said, they still found a way to blame her for it. So how worse would it be if this young man, was not there?
I heard some frightening audios, voice notes just now, of your father threatening you. I mean, I heard a video of your father saying you should jump in front of a truck and die.
Listen to music without muting the world around you. Live stream your creations from your POV.
Well, let me address that.
Yeah.
First of all, I was on my aunt's side. We were all doing business because I was having some issues at work in Kenya. Then I went to my aunt's side. My cousin was like, "Come, can we do some work together? Our family, you know, we can take care of each other." I went over there. My aunt started trying her best to convince me to get my younger ones over there so they can have a better life in Germany or whatsoever, like as if we were.
An aunt, it sounds like it's Emeka Ike'S sister, was trying to get them over to Germany. Okay.
Issues. At first I took offense, but I was like, maybe I can use this opportunity to find peace somewhere. You know, if his family is trying to reason, maybe I can get her to talk with him, and they will have. I was obnoxious. I was just thinking like there can be something out of it. I was going to call him.
Hold on.
I was just thinking like there can be something out of it. And they will have. I was obnoxious. I was just thinking like there can be something out of it.
Hold on.
Breezy. Maybe I can use this opportunity to find peace somewhere. You know,
to find peace somewhere.
His family is trying to Breezy. Maybe I can get her to talk with him, and they will have. I was obnoxious. I was just thinking like there can be something out of it. I was going to call him a day before he came back on Sunday, because he did arrive in Nigeria on Sunday.
Right, the same Sunday.
I was going to call him, but my phone unfortunately got bad. And it was just like, that's destiny, that's God right there. I was like, okay. He got back, and then I saw the video. Someone actually sent it to me, like, have you seen this? And I was like, no, I've not seen it. And I was like, what is going on? And I just watched the video, and I was like, God, this is insane. Someone I'm trying to form peace with, and telling his sister things to like get him to understand how things should play out. I'm not trying to dictate what should happen in this incident. I'm trying to tell him that.
All right, let's stop right there. So far, it sounds like he was trying to make peace, right? It sounds like he was trying to get some kind of peace of mind, make peace with his father. I mean, that's his words, right? The father might turn around and say he's a liar, right? We never know, but that's his words. But again, when you give us your word, and then we look at your countenance, shout out to Chinye, right? And then we look at how you're moving, we're forced to kind of like, make some assumptions from that in terms of what kind of person is this person. Every human being do this. We prejudge you out of how you behave in public, your conduct. We do prejudge you. We don't judge you. We're not capable of judging you like that. Okay? Unless we're outrightly cursing you out and say it's a bad mother or something stupid like that. But we do prejudge, meaning we might protect ourselves from you if you move a certain type of way. Like, I'll be your whining. Yeah. You're barking like that against your own son, and you don't think I'll protect myself around you, or I'll like make sure this guy is not going to bring worry to me. I'll bring worry to me. I have worry. I have bigger worry. I will prepare myself. I will prejudge you out of your conduct in public. Okay?
You doing what?
That's the way it works. So when I match his countenance, now we don't know him. I still can't prejudge too far, right? But with what he's saying, he's looking for some kind of peace. I believe him more. Okay? Now, that's just mine. Right? But if you're going to neglect all of that, and you are now start to justify, say, our grandmother did worse, and did this. If that's what you bring into this conversation, now I will look at you sideways too, the same way I will look at Emeka. Kill me, sir. Yeah, I know some of our grandmothers did that. It's still wrong, sir. Abima. Auntie EBERE. Anyway, let's continue. Wait. Sesmoa says, this is the problem with that mindset of when they are older, they will reach out. Parents absorb themselves of responsibility. Yeah, because time is not your mate. Everything is in seasons. Absorb themselves of responsibility in relationships with their children. Yeah, they do. And we can call it out in love. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Right? You're missing out literally on life and love. Not just that. Somebody else is, that's additional layer of life they have to deal with. These kids have to deal with. When it doesn't have to be, it's avoidable. Right? So at least it doesn't have to be into the future. So we can't keep normalizing bad behavior into the future. We can call it out and say, okay, leave our parent alone, but we got to do better. We have to do better. Let's continue.
There has to be peace. But he didn't want to hear that. He kept saying I was dictating for him. So then I sent him a message that we need to talk. And he was like, all right, we need to talk. It's fine. Then I added that, okay, but I'm not happy about you going online and talking about private affairs. and he just passed out. I told him I will not tell him what happens, that I'm not the father. I was just like, no, dude, I'm not trying to, you're not understanding where I'm coming from. And he just kept going, okay, daddy, okay, papa. And then he said whether she wants to kill my siblings so that it will be like it's only him that is alive. Let himself kill himself. Everyone should just kill themselves. Who says they can kill themselves to their children? He said he has other kids my age around the world. And I was like, okay, is that supposed to faze me? Okay. The next morning.
All right, so there you have it. You know how, what do they call them? Like a little boy who spazzed out and said, right, right. That's the picture he just painted, and he was doing that to his own son, according to him, right? The son is trying to make peace, right? And the only answer he gives, like, maybe I should just go and buy myself. Now, the question is, how far do we need to go when we push against you before you hit your frustration threshold? Do you get there like that? Temper tantrum. Thank you, D-Love. She gets me. Right? How close do you get to that? We expect children to do that. Okay? We expect children to do that. I don't expect Michael Ike to even do that. Okay? I don't even expect Michael Ike to do that either. Very, very important. But life happens. It happened, right? He's frustrated. That's his personality. That's who he is. But look at his temper tantrum at 57. That's temper issue. That's temperament issues. That's anger issues. Where's gracious greatness? Maybe he's busy. Yeah, let's continue.
Like a 10 minutes video. It's not the first time. He's always sending me videos, insulting me like, you're doing music, you will never prosper. I'll see you on the side of the road and I'll spit on you. Don Jazzy will never see you, blah, blah, blah.
What's your father said to you?
Hold on. He sent me a 10 minutes video, a VM right now, in the morning, telling me how I should respect myself, that I will not be the father and all that, la, 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 la. And I just texted him about that you have made a mistake. And I have to tell you, to as far the disrespect that you have led on this family, dishonoring our family's name, like this just means you have made a big mistake. He kept going, sending more VNs, about 8 VNs. I sent them to my mom. My mom could not even listen to it. She was trying to calm me down, I'm trying to calm her down. I was so surprised, man. I was like, this can't be someone I should be proud of. I started thinking like,
Thank you. This is why it's good to have a monitor. I can see over there. Yeah, you said no audio. Thank you, Jerry. He was trying to calm his father down. There are 2 possible scenarios. Okay? 2 possible scenarios, right? Worst case scenario, best case scenario. Always look at life like that. You can look at life as best case scenario, worst case scenario, and also look at short and long term. There's certain actions you act that's beneficial for you in the short term, make you feel better in the short term, but it's not good for you long term, and vice versa. Or best case scenario, worst case scenario. So as we're looking at this situation like this, right? As we're looking at this situation, the best case scenario was that his countenance was like this. It was like, Dad, you know, that interview, the same interview I watched, that everybody just said, they canceled him for no reason. They canceled that man. You remember that auntie from TikTok that said they canceled him for no reason? I said they didn't cancel this guy for no reason. Just listen a little bit longer. You can see the way he sees life. His outlook on life will make him get cancelled because he will try to control narrative from the wrong angle, which he has done over the past few days, right? He even tried to stop them from going on the interview, right? Using controlling manipulative tactics. In the same breath, he was talking about manipulation. So this boy, this young man, this young gentleman saw the interview and he said, Dad, best case scenario, Dad, you brought disrespect on our family. You shouldn't have. What is the worst case scenario? How dare you? How dare you bring disrespect on our family? This guy, you are wrong. You've been doing this for so long, right? So it's probably neither of the two. It's probably somewhere in between, right? Okay. But let's go with the worst case scenario. If it was the worst case scenario, then Emeka Ike will be presented with a crisis, an active crisis in his hands, right? That is when his skills will be tested. Life skills, life and relationship skills. That is when he'll be tested. If you have a son, we just talk crazy at you because they have a different of an opinion or something. That is your moment of test. What are you going to do with that moment? You know what most people do? They dig a deeper hole for themselves. They employ all of the tactics that never worked. Manipulative, including when they call other people manipulative. Controlling behavior, including when they say other people are controlling. Right? But just their actions. Just look at their actions. That's really all that matters, right? They will employ all those things. So it gets worse and worse and worse. And before you know it, their family is having the need. Like, I need to speak my truth. This guy is painting us in the bad light. We need to speak up. Why? Because the leadership has failed. And sometimes you have to speak up. Sometimes you have to speak up. It's just that you want to make sure you're speaking up within controlled environments. I saw somebody said something earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Natu, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let me see here. Somebody says something about Chude earlier. Aha! Sesma says the wisest choice they made was to go to Chude's platform. I agree 100%. Okay? Not particularly for Chude, but you need to make, if you're going to speak up, it needs to be done within controlled environment. Okay? Controlled environment means Chude is not the controlled environment, but you know what I mean. Like, there's a certain, you gotta be careful because there's certain things you say out into the public, you can't get back. And you're going to hurt yourself in the process too. You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. What's going on, Brother Ben? Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
What do I do when I bring a woman home or kids? Who is going to, this guy bless my kids for me? Like, I don't understand. I'm starting making me get scared.
He's starting to get scared. What kind of father do I have? That's what he's saying. Right? At first, some people are like, why is he talking about his father as this guy? There's a lot that has happened. That's why. Okay? He's trying to like, okay, this guy is going to be my father, is going to bless my kid.
Am I going to have issues like this? People always tell me, oh, you're having effects your father has, this agitation on this thing. And I'm starting to reflect on myself that maybe it's better I start to keep quiet and slow down. Because I really don't want to end up like this guy. I really don't want to end up like this guy. He said I should not come out here and talk to you guys today, that I should not dare step foot against him, that he will crush me. I think we play the VA for him, right? That he will crush me if I ever dared go against him. I just want to see what happens, man. I'm here for the ride.
That smile is Emeka Ike's ride. This boy might have taken after his father in a lot of ways. Obviously, again, he's in a controlled environment, right? And he's the victim. I heard a few people said they're both the victim today in the chats of Auntie B. No. The children are the victim. No. No. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
The children are the victim. Okay? He's no longer a victim because an adult right now. That's just the cards that he's been dealt, and he better learn how to deal with it. He better hire a coach or find a coach, a mentor to help him navigate life, because everything he's gone through as a child will become part of things he has to manage. But he's an adult now, and that's his responsibility to manage that. That's the harsh reality about life, especially as a man. Okay? But if you're going to pick victims among all that are involved, please, no, not if children are involved, if you're going to assume, let me say, okay, because she could be a victim, right? We know that she's a victim of verbal abuse because we heard those things, those voice notes, right? But if you're going to make any assumptions beyond that, please, I beg. When you say both of them are victims, you are still saying this. You are looking for angle who is right and wrong. We don't know. Okay.
Why do you think? One of your mom's friends said something off stage. He has been bashing this woman for 10 years.
Yeah.
All right.
He has been bashing this woman for 10 years.
Yeah.
Why do you think he just can't let her? She's left the marriage. You know, she hasn't spoken out against him in public. And you are here, you know, he says she's stolen his children. And you are here saying, but you can't live with him because obviously your dad says he wants to crush you. So what do you think is happening?
To my
that
father.
He keeps, yes.
My mom said he's a sore loser. That's the truth. He uses.
Wait. Mother said that?
He's a sore loser.
What do you think is happening?
To my
that
father.
He keeps, yes.
My mom said he's a sore loser.
He said to my father. That is a real moment. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a real moment. For everybody, at least I've seen at least 2,000 people say, why is he calling his father this guy? Relax, rest. Okay? Rest.
What do you think is happening?
To my
that
father.
He keeps, yes.
My mom said he's a sore loser. That's the truth. He uses.
Mom's mouth is sharp too. My mom said he's a sore loser.
His love to cover it up. Now, this is love. It's not me. It's you. I'm doing this for you.
I'm doing this for you.
It's not. He just cannot lose.
He cannot lose. That's deep. And when he loses, it's everybody else's fault. When you lose and it's everybody else's fault, I beg, tell me how you're going to get lessons out of losing, because it's okay to lose sometimes. It's okay to fail. In fact, success is a function of failure. I don't know how you want to shape that, form it back and forth. That's always true. Success is a function of failure. But if it's everybody else's fault when you lose, how are you going to, if you're giving your problems away to other people, how are you going to learn the lessons? Lady Tam, hello Lady Tam, says a man's temperament and self-control is mostly tested under triggers, pressure, exactly, when there's crisis. Emeka needs to do some self-check. Yep. Life will not say, I want big mouth WhatsApp group, let us brief. It's real. That boy exposed his mother really quickly there. Don't worry, we'll let you brief. Okay?
Let be poor, breathe.
Yeah, we'll let you brief. Let's continue. Threw his mother under the bus. But he is a sore loser. That's what we've seen. Because he used his own mouth, said she left. She wanted to leave. And she left. And we beg. Everybody beg. Our family member beg. Okay, now we must win. We must beat her. That's sore losing. That's sore loser right there. Yeah.
Everything she went through, we started going through it soon.
When you were living with him, what kind of thing?
Everything.
Physical violence?
Watch this.
I don't want to go into that because that's very private. And I didn't come here to...
Watch this.
When you were living with him.
We're going to go back. I'm going to go back a little bit.
We started going through it soon, Abuja.
Now take that back. It's not like his father. This would have been a good moment for him to throw his father right under the bus. If this was him, he would be doing exactly that based off of what we've seen so far. So I'm going to take that back. It's not exactly like his father. Maybe from a warrior standpoint, because he's like, I'm just here for that ride. That smile is, people that are quiet, that knows when to put full stop on their mouth, they are much more dangerous. Not to. They are much more dangerous. Because there's so much more to wonder about. There's so much more to look forward to. And they're dangerous in a good and a bad way. They can be dangerous. It's a double-edged sword. It can be used to destroy. It can be used to build too. Yeah, obviously, I'm sharing it with you so you can use it to build. Right? This boy knew when to put full stop to his mouth. Damn, that's a big deal.
Everything she went through, we started going through it soon.
When you were living with him, what kinds of things?
Everything.
Physical violence.
I don't want to go into that.
I don't want to.
Very private. I didn't come here to go private. I just wanted to be here to support my mom.
Yeah.
Everything she says is correct.
So I'm here just to support my mom. Wow. 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 He deserves, just for that moment, he deserves a round of applause. That was good. All you have to do is not do enough of that. Everybody else will fall in line. It's not every time you have to say something. Hey, Biafra, how you there? Hey, Biana. Good to see you here. That is why. And then he said, that is why I said he was very self-aware. That's all it takes. If you're in public, like, I'm not saying you should be perfect inside. You might even be an angry guy inside like his father. But the moment you're in public and you can read the room and say, hey, this is not the space for that. If you do enough of that, you will beat the rest of mankind, because the rest of mankind are mad. All right. Yeah, it's a big deal. Brother Ben said, I support the boy 1000%. I can feel his pains and the need to protect his mom. But Allah, Merry Christmas. I'm doing good. Merry Christmas to you. I feel for Michael. He's worried about his future. That's some pressure on him. Yeah, that's something he's going to need to learn how to navigate. It's going to be easier for him to have a conversation with him and say, hey, these are the upsides, these are the downsides. These are the cards you're presented with that God has put in your path. It looks like negative, but it's going to help you become a better person. But if he doesn't have somebody to help him navigate that, it can absolutely hunt him down and hurt him. Sorry about that, guys. My mom is late, but I'm still fighting for her, for what dad's family did to her when I was younger. Yeah. There's a lot coming from that era. It's a lot. Women self go drag women. I'm so proud of the boy. There is a sense of maturity and emotional quotient. Yes, he has. But in all, I think with the right people around him, he will be fine. Yes, because we all come to the table. Even when you are perfect, it's a negative too. When everything is too perfect in that family, it becomes a negative too, because life is not perfect like that. So it just depends on what angle we're coming from. Life is all a frame of reference and stuff, or references. But let's continue.
Everything she says is correct.
Everything.
So your dad was physically abusive to your mom. That's correct.
Yeah.
Your dad was emotionally abusive to your mom. That's correct.
Very true.
Your dad says your mom.
So Chude came from another angle there, and he's saying yeah.
Denied him access to you guys. That's not true.
That's not true.
I only denied him access to the younger ones
under 18.
because of the threats, because of the you know, I'm coming with the army, I'm coming with the navy, I'm going to break down your house, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that.
That he actually found our location.
He was looking for our location, look for where we were living, and these kids were scared. You understand? And you're not being responsible. He's not paying school fees, he's not doing anything, and all these threats and all that. And I said, okay, listen, these children need to calm down. They are adults, they can have a relationship with them. He has their phone number.
All right. If you think we don't know Emeka Ike'S like that, let's be honest. Let's stop the cap. We don't know him like that, okay? We just don't know. All right?
Stop the cap.
But based on the little we know so far, if you think that sounds like him, put a 1 in the chat. If you're still not sure, put a 2 in the chat. What they just described, if you think that sounds like the little you know about that small guy that you don't really know, but you saw the video on the internet, you heard the voice notes, put a 1 in the chat if you think that sounds like him. I want to see something really quickly. Put a 2 in the chat if you're still not sure. Okay. And put a 3 in the chat if you think it's not him. I don't care. I know him personally. That's not him. Let me see. Not to say wah 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 wah. Oh Lord, EJIA, is it EJIA? Shout out to you. It says 1. Sesmoa says 1 multiplied by infinity. AB say wah 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 wah. Nini say not sure. Okay. Nini say not sure. Listen, my question was framed kind of like a trick question. You know. Gigi says 1. Oh my God. You know, the reality here is that I have to look at all of these ones. I see there's a 2 from Nene. Here's the lesson in that. Most people are not going to give you a second chance. Most people are not going to give, they don't have the patience for that. Patience is a scarce commodity when you have to give it. Not only when you have to give it, even when you have to receive it. Some people don't appreciate patience like that when you're giving it to them, because their trauma might be misinterpreting it, right? But you see, all this one is what people see, is what they feel. That's how you make them feel around you. And oftentimes they're not going to tell you, like they're telling us in the chat right now. They will just kind of shy away from you. They just dodge, jump past. They will just avoid you. That's majority of people. I'm not talking about the boss people. I'm talking about majority of people. They don't have time for that. They don't. Okay? They don't, because people care. At some point, shout out to you, FickNet. Thank you for the $20 super chat that you gave right after I was already left yesterday. I appreciate you. I saw your $20. Thank you. Right? Gotta be careful. Just because you're right, it's not enough. You need to pay attention to how people feel around you. Not overly obsessed with that, because that can cross the line of you got to make people happy. No, it's somewhere in between. You know, you can't make everybody happy. So the key to all of this is to work on yourself. Continue to work on yourself. Because when you are aware, social awareness, social skills, social awareness, just be aware, self-awareness. It's all I'm asking for, right? When you are aware, at least half of the battle is won. Let's continue, you know. But the reality is all of this once. That becomes the reality, because perception is reality. Even when all of the ones are wrong, pay attention to what I just said. Even when all of the ones are wrong, they're not going to wait until they are wrong to figure it out. They will just avoid you, because there are 8 billion people out here.
Numbers, they block and unblocking because of this back and forth erratic thing going on and all that.
They were blocking and unblocking their father. That's what she's saying.
But for the 2 younger ones, I said, when he is responsible to them, then he can have access to them. The court judgment is clear. He's supposed to be paying fees. He's supposed to be providing certain amounts for each of them every month. and then he has access to them. As long as he gives me 48 hours.
Wow.
And I don't have an issue with that. I don't. He's the one who hasn't done what he should be doing. But instead, he comes to social media space to say things.
Just because you know how Nigerians are.
He's like, no, I didn't come to social media space. I only went to Robbing Minds. But that's social media. That is social media. Okay, when you go to Robbing Minds, majority of people that know about that show on Channels TV are on the internet. All medias, period. Okay. Oh, by the way, the phone message, the voice note is also a form of medium. You don't say stuff like that. You really shouldn't say stuff like that, but especially on medium. Yeah. Is this 48 hours he was saying 3 months notice? He called it 3 months. Yeah. He probably had it all the time it would take him to travel from Abuja to wherever she's at, or from Lagos. You know how they do. You know how it's turned $100 million now to, naira, to 480 million naira. You know, let me just adjust the number so it can sound better. That's what it's looking like. But it doesn't even matter what the specific numbers are. All we know is that, yeah, he needs help. Because the worst case scenario in this situation is that these people are lying. If these people with this calm demeanor are lying against you, it's still the reality. That's your problem. You should ask them, why are you lying? In private. But that's not what happened. No, that's not what happened. Interesting. Go and sleep, drink water, take a shower. That's what happened? That's not what I remember. I don't know why you don't remember that. But it was 3 months at the court. No, it was 48 hours. Wait. The documents. It says 48 hours. Well, this 3 months means that, okay, let's go back to court. Patience. And sort that out. Make sure that we're on the same page. It takes a lot of patience. It's easier said than done. You're right. That's what happens when a home is broken. You have to be very patient. The courts will drag it out. That patience you say you don't have, you will have it by force, by fire. If the court comes into your matter, that patience you don't have, you will have it. Times 10,000. Especially, God help you, is Nigeria. You go collect. I'm telling you. You don't have patience? You don't have patience, right?
Are you playing? What type of playing is this? This is playing. Why
You don't have patience? You don't have patience. They will teach you patience at the courts. When the judge is supposed to show up, you see what Tyrese did last month? Tyrese was like, the judge did not show up to court. He tried to change the judge. The judge said, your papa. You want to change me? Your papa. If you end up in that system, it doesn't matter if you're man or woman. No. I'm telling you, you collect. Do everything in your power to nurture your relationship. If you already ended up that situation, that's fine. That's the crisis. That's the cards you're being dealt. There's a reason why God took you through that path. Okay? But what do you have right now? What do you do with it? That's what matters. Do you have the skills? Nobody's life is perfect. Even those that quote unquote have been married for 20 years. Nobody's life is perfect. They know how to see God. All of it, my problems are a blessing. They are opportunities, and they work with it. That's the difference. That's the difference. Okay? Pay attention, please.
On social media, so I want to preempt that question. People will say that your mother has turned you against your dad, and that's why you are here to want you respond to that.
When I met my mom, the first thing I said was, I really hate my father.
When you met your mom for the first time.
I had to start working on him. I really had to tell him who your father is. Not that I'm saying it for you to hate him, but just so that you can manage your relationship with him. He doesn't know how to manage his relationship with people. You have to be the one to now know that, okay, this negativity...
And this person has a loose
this thing is not going to be, a deciding factor in my life and all that, because this is who he is.
This is for them.
When I met her, she has not said one thing.
All right. We don't believe him. We don't believe him. It must be that the mother has been manipulating him. This grown person. Mother has been manipulating him. Let's take it easy on ourselves. Bonchas is just saying one. Okay. Have you paid attention to, like, most divorces, somebody is accusing the other person of manipulation? If both of you are accusing each other of manipulation, there's more that you need to learn. There's more. It's not, obviously, it just got more complicated. Okay. I've been wondering since this started whether Emeka is acting a movie. Stella, shout out to you, Stella. I've seen him play that character in movies very convincingly. However, based on his latest utterances, I know. It is what it is. We don't know, but that's the assumption we're going to make when it comes down to it. If I had to choose to avoid this person or engage them, most people will shy away from that if they have options. Unless you're like their survival, you represent a form of survival for them, they will shy away from them. Nobody wants person that seems like they will obviously, like, for sure bring trouble into your life. Okay, and they're not gonna sit down there and be like social media people and say, he's right. No, they're not gonna make that chance. They're not gonna take the chance. They're just gonna make an assumption like, this is who you are. That's why it's probably more important to read the room than to be perfect. Be a perfect person. Okay, no, MOP. That is robbing media. No, it's both. They actually air it on Channels TV. It's Robin's it's Robin Minds. That's the name of the platform, and they air it on Channels TV. You can see it on their channel as well as on both. If he was happy with his new family, why come out and rant? Maybe there's a facade going on there. Maybe they haven't hit that crisis yet. Maybe it's fresh. Who knows, right? But it's inevitable to come. Mm-hmm. So if he doesn't get himself to the space where he can get the skills he need, yeah, that's why 75% of second, third marriages end up in divorce, because people always point fingers, and they don't really. You can't learn when you're busy spending all your energy on pointing fingers. It's an oxymoron. They don't go. Yeah, you get it. You get it. You get it. You get it, or you don't get it.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Right. Let's continue.
You met your mother for the first time. She had not said one thing against your dad.
I'm sure he's
When he met his mother for the first time, he said, "I really hate my father."
just hearing.
What does that mean, to meet your mother for the first time? They were too little when she left?
Some things for the first time, because I kept a lot of things away from them.
So your dad thought that your mother was bad-mouthing him to you guys.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she was not saying anything.
At all.
And you were the one that told her the first time after you had lived with him.
Everything that's happening is just her telling us not to lash out. And you should calm down.
She was trying to say that's who it is. You need to learn how to manage your relationship with that very important person in your life. That's what most of us have had to do. And we can normalize that, because everybody's not going to be perfect. You can only control yourself. You can't control other people. Okay? That's what most of us have had to do. We've had to manage our relationships. Okay? It was on Robin Media, not social media. Wahala. My head said 1, but my heart says 2, because the son was willing to mend their relationship before his TV interview. Right. I know you were thinking of it as a trick question, like, the ultimate answer is that Emeka is not a bad person. He's a man that doesn't have the skills, life skills. Okay? And let's acknowledge that Emeka is a bad person to someone. If they're on the receiving end of his behavior, it makes sense that they see him as a bad person. And I'm offending that person right now, because how dare you say he's not a bad person? He's absolutely a monster, right? I can see why they will say that, right? But if this end up being your father, the mother is right. That's who he is. You need to learn how to manage your relationship around him. You are now a grown man. He doesn't know how to manage his relationship, but God made you come through this man for a reason, for whatever reason, we don't know. But that's your fate. You should manage your relationship with that person if you can manage your relationship with that person. That's what she was trying to say. It's not always visible. If you can't pour from an empty cup, you know, you can't pour from an empty cup. You gotta be careful. All right, let's continue.
Because we were the one realizing things ourselves.
Thank you.
I was in Abuja, I was going about my day, and I just realized, wait, why am I saying I never saw my father beat my mother? Why? That's it.
Hold on. Hey, baby. What's up? You okay? Can you keep it quiet, baby? Please? Daddy's on the show. Okay? Good, mommy. All right. Hold on 1 second. I got distracted for a second here.
Abuja, I was going about my day and started telling us not to lash out. We should calm down. We should just see through. Because we were the one realizing things ourselves. I was in Abuja, I was going about my day, and then I just realized, wait, why am I saying I never saw my father beat my mother? That's why.
Some people can't comprehend that. That moment where he got to that moment and he said, wait, why am I saying I didn't see? That can happen to a child. Welcome to the real world. That's the human brain for you. Okay? Yes, absolutely. It can happen. You can actually tell yourself lies and believe it. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah. You can tell yourself a lie and believe it. And by the way, you'll find enough evidence, weird as fake evidence around you to justify the BS. You will. You know, everybody, I always say, nobody cares about anything outside of their feelings. Everybody buys into whatever idea they buy into with their emotions. And they justify the bullshit with logic later on. Or give the little cutie a hug from the internet aunties. I did. Yeah. So, I'm telling you, that's the real world. That's why you need a lot of patience. So when somebody is saying one thing, you want to make sure you understand where they're coming from. Not just go with what they're just saying. You're not saying they're a liar. Oftentimes, they're liars.
Abba is a lie. Sabi lie.
Okay, some of them are just liars.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always...
Alright. But if this a person in a relationship with you don't want to just tell them they are lying. Okay? Because actually you might just be the liar.
Abba is a lie. Sabi lie.
Just be patient with yourself. Take your time to understand where they're coming from. Because people's experiences in the same events can be quite different. People's experience of the same event in their same self. If you were a child and somebody had manipulated you, and yes, you might start to believe in lies. If a lie is being told long enough, it becomes the truth. Yeah. It becomes the truth. Yeah, be careful. Be careful.
I said, where did that come from? My mom was like, oh, you're a child. You can easily manipulate a kid. So it was like a dream to me, like that never happened.
So when you were with your dad, he began to convince you that the things that you had seen did not happen.
They did not happen. So that's why she said I hated her. That's true.
Yeah.
I did. Because to me, she left. She didn't want anything to do with me.
That's how dangerous it is.
The manipulation that was used against me. That my mother doesn't want anything to do with me.
Wow.
My mother has moved on with men. She's doing drugs at your hotel. I fought with kids everywhere. went to school, and I kept fighting everyone. I hated what my mother was to me. And when I found out that I was wasting my time, I had to run here.
I taught my client Summer here how to use webinars.
Wow. Oh, this boy has been manipulated to tell lies against his father. He's been manipulated by this woman to tell lies against his father. You're such a bad mother for bringing... Take it easy on yourself. Listen, we don't know. But you can ask me, what do I believe? I believe him. And one of the reasons why I believe him and believe both of them is I'm hearing a level of accountability that I have not heard from the other side. He said, I hated my mother. He said, I hated my mother. And everything he's saying aligns with what we know about the emotional mental health of a child that's been manipulated, intentionally or unintentionally. It's actually worse when it's unintentionally, because you don't know what you're doing and you're raising kids. It's actually worse, because at least somebody's manipulative, we can avoid them. I mean, if they're doing it intentionally, we can say, stop, we catch you, stop doing that. But when they truly believe their own lies, yeah.
So essentially, just to show that people get it correctly, you were with your dad, it's blocked off access from your mom. You couldn't speak to her for what, 8 years or something thereabouts, a few years. And it was by yourself you realized.
So they couldn't speak for a few years, but they were with him for 10 years. So people are mixing that together. They couldn't speak with her for a while.
That one, your daddy was gaslighting you, yeah? And that you hated him because of the way he was treating you.
Yes.
That's what your mom had nothing to do with that realization. You came to that conclusion by yourself. What do you want your dad to do or stop doing?
Nothing. I don't want anything from him. I don't want anything from him. I think it's 4 days ago I realized I don't want anything from this one.
Now, that would be a lie. I'm not sure if he means to tell that lie. I think he means what he's saying, but it's a lie. The reality is that he needs his father. Okay? That's the reality. He needs his father. You know, and that's the saddest part about all of that. You know, he needs his father. And the mother has told him the harsh truth. That's who he is. Even if he finds some tools, find a coach to help him manage his temperament, manage his relationship, you know, his personality is his personality. You should still have the tools yourself to manage that relationship as well. He needs his father. He's numb. The mother is also numb. They're kind of numb. Let me tell you how deep this goes. The ex-wife needs him because her children needs their father. They don't have to come back together in a romantic way. They don't have to. But it's just a lot more easier. Life is a lot more easier when people have a relationship that they can manage. That's what it comes down to. You know? Look at his face. His face is telling you more than his words. He needs his father. I don't think he's probably ever enjoyed a father who listens to him just because. I don't need him to believe me. I don't need him to accept what I'm saying. I just need him to listen. The African traditional Nigerian man group chat said, I paid all your school fees. What do you mean you need me? Baba, you have to go to school. You're an illiterate. If you said that, you are an illiterate. Oh, don't let any. I don't care how much PhD you have. Don't let anybody deceive you. You're an illiterate. Oh, I'm just warning you. Oh, I'm also seeing you. Oh, it will happen. You're an illiterate. You think education is expensive? Try ignorance. You're looking at one of the examples in front of you right now. When a man demands children's love and loyalty, then something is definitely wrong, because it should come naturally provided he's being upright. Yep. On Auntie B's show, someone was making excuses for Emeka that he was frustrated for the boy dropping out of school. What he just narrated explained the issue why he dropped out of school. Yeah, if I was this boy, I probably would have dropped out of school too. You know. I agree he needs his father's love and approval. Yes. Stella, yes, yes. Healthy co-parenting, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, actually a little bit beyond that. Healthy co-parenting is a function of having a relationship with your ex. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Okay? You know, some people actually will say, oh, it doesn't have to be anything like that. No, yeah. You need to calm down. Calm down. Nobody's asking you to sleep with your ex. But you need a little bit more than the label of co-parenting. Because we're human beings. I'm telling you. You can't... This idea you're going to put us in a scientific box is co-parenting, and it must be spelled out with all of these lines and no boundaries must, because you're lying to yourself. We're human beings. You will need to manage that relationship. The other person will need to manage the relationship with you. And if it's toxic, you might have to let it go sometimes. Okay. I think he also realizes that his father does not have anything positive to give and is grappling. If he says what he needs, Emeka will give him the opposite. Yeah, he's struggling. That's why he's getting to that temporary conclusion, short term. Let me, I don't need anything from him. Or maybe we can translate that to, I don't need money from him. I just need him to be my father. I just need him to, just peace, right? It's a cry for help. Exactly, Bon Chance. Exactly. Toby on Tribe says he doesn't want anything to do with the version of his father he's currently experiencing. Yes. He wants a more loving and stable version of him. Of course. Yes, absolutely. How dare that boy say he doesn't need his father? Just calm down. Baba, educate Arayi. Joe. Please, go educate yourself. Okay? Because this is the reality of the world you live in. You need to understand how it works. The world does not start and end at your traditions. He doesn't at your job. So why would you think it's ended there? In reality, you need more emotional intelligence. You need to remain a student of emotional intelligence. There's a reason why a child will be looking at you like this and you're his father and he said, I don't need you. The reason is beyond the drop out of school. That is a lame excuse to not engage the education that you need.
Told me to go crush my head by a truck, right? That was the line. I'm dead to this man. Don't want anything from me.
How does this family, your family, your kids, how do you guys heal? This is a lot.
I think I still plan on getting a therapist. I think we still need a therapist because we are damaged. We are all damaged.
Do you hear accountability? Does anybody hear accountability, or is it just me? Does anybody hear accountability, or is it just me? This woman is just here, according to some lame ass people. This woman is just here to come and drag her ex-husband, bring in her son to come and bash him. She's not perfect. I just want to hear we're damaged. We need help. That's all it takes. That's a good starting point. Nobody has it all figured out, but that's a great starting point. Say, we clearly don't know what we're doing. We're damaged.
Yeah. We are all in that space, and I plan that we will need a therapist, because we take one step forward, this man brings us 10 steps back, and we're not, making any headway. And there are a lot of emotions buried deep, but it's like a volcano. It's going to erupt very soon.
Wow.
Kind of thing. And I really don't have the money, but it's something that I'm planning to do.
Wow, I didn't hear that part the first time I listened to it. She said, I don't really have the money, but
because we really need to, because sometimes it's difficult, trying.
If it's somebody looking to donate money for somebody's limbs chopped off, maybe we understand that more. This is very important. This is just as important. Not more, but this is just as important. This is just as important.
So tell them things, and I know what they tell me back. You understand? It's still, the snippets are still there. Yeah. Sometimes I have to tell them, it's not my fault I left. You need to forgive me. It's not my fault. I left, but I came back. You understand? I got myself together and I came back. And maybe God took me out to prepare me for this future. Because if I was still his wife, where would we be? We're not beautiful.
Who knows? Maybe in the same place where Bimbo is. Bimbo an IVD. Right? Why would anybody want you to stay in a situation? Why would anybody justify that by going the angle of you're a shameless mother, you shouldn't have brought your son? All of that does not matter. There was a very toxic situation going on. It doesn't that's why I keep saying right and wrong. We'll get lost in that shuffle. You are focused on the right and wrong of this one. We're focused on the right and wrong. This one says slap and first, or denieni. So slap first. That means you slap back or denieni. Is that what we're talking about? It was a terrible situation. She needed to leave. And he needs to let go of whatever they had back then that he's hanging on to. Letting go is one of the hardest things for human beings to do. He needs to let go. Those are your best chances of a better future. You need to let go.
We're not building the home. We're not doing anything. We're just, So if God had taken me out and got me ready for where we are now, I'm much stronger and I've built myself and I can stand and I can carry you people, to an extent, that kind of thing, and be behind you, be your pillar, even as you are also my pillar.
I'm looking for the right time to formally do this. Probably when I get signed.
He keeps promising me houses, cars. And I
he's
tell him I want a truck. So I'll be off.
She finally smiled. She's numb. All right. They're probably just tired. Okay. And by the way, Emeka Ike'S is tired himself. Okay. Stop. Just stop the bleeding. It's the first chapter in the book, Get My Marriage Back. Stop the bleeding. Okay. Just stop everything. First. Okay. The Shalaye. It's gonna make matters worse. The first chapter, you can download it for free at loveandprestige.com. The Shalaye will only make matters worse. Okay?
There.
I've been waiting for the right time to apologize for everything I didn't know I was doing to her. He wants to
change is good.
He wants to apologize for all the things he didn't know he was doing to her. Wow. Hold on.
I've been waiting for the right time to apologize for everything I didn't know I was doing to her. Because my dad sent me videos of her crying. I feel it inside that what's going on. But then he'd say, this is drugs. These are drugs.
These are drugs. Drug addict.
During court, we found out that he will make videos. I told you he had arrested my friend. And,
so this is the assumption that a lot of people were making, but on the other side, that she was manipulating the son. But it was actually him that was doing that. What is it about you that you couldn't, if you were going to assume, that you couldn't assume in the other direction first? What was it about you that you couldn't assume that? or at least wait for the rest of the interview to come out? What is it about you that you couldn't wait? Because even still at the end of this interview, we still don't know. We're just hearing their words. We're just, again, making an assumption of what we've seen. Most likely, we're probably going to be right. Nobody's waiting for second chances anyway, right? But if you assume that this woman was manipulating this grown man, what was it about you? A weirdo, Analia or somebody just said, I believe her husband. Let me see what they left that comment on. I wonder what they're talking about. If it's Emeka Ike's story. Okay, so it's not. It was the Simone Bailey. See how I just made an assumption? How I just made a boo-boo of that? What was it about you that couldn't be patient? Exactly, Nani. Exactly. It's about you. It's about you. People interpret things based on their fears and pain. It's about you. Something about you. And it's something that needs to be checked. Because it's right in front of us. I think you were wrong. If you were the person who assumed that this woman was manipulating this grown man, you were wrong. And that needs to be assessed because it's dangerous. See, Emeka Ike and the wife, and they'll live their life. They'll figure it out. This is their own cross they're carrying. What about that? What about you, though? Yours is very silent. You're not Emeka Ike. But regardless, regardless, you could collect.
Sorry.
It's coming. You just have to be patient. Not to see, I'll come right to you after this. We're almost done.
What's it called? The SARS and all that. So there was a time that the guy who was helping me look for a job, it was a church member, and I was close to him and his wife. And she just had a baby, three months old baby, and so when she saw me, she pounced on me and was trying to beat me up. That I brought her family to this, embarrassment and all that. He was videoing all those things and he was showing it to them. In court, he'll pretend he's making a call, and then the flash of the camera would come up and so he was doing all that.
So you want to apologize?
That's extreme.
And I will still do that. So you guys should wait for the apology video.
I don't think he needs to apologize. I think that we, his parents, their parents, should be the ones apologizing. Sometimes I regret leaving.
So one parent is saying we need to apologize to our kids. The other parent say go and jump truck. Are you paying attention? Are you still here with me? Right? We're patient. We're playing it for you right now. Okay. One parent said we need to apologize to the children. The other parent said go and jump truck. And somebody is sitting there trying to justify it with the story of their grandparent and grandfather who used to curse at them and say they should go and jump truck.
Not be juju be that.
There was a time that I regretted leaving when I saw the state they were in. And I was like, I should have stayed. And I started understanding why some women stay. They take everything, why they stay. I started understanding why people commit suicide. I started understanding things. Do you understand? And honestly, I will reach out to him. Stop this for the children's sake. You're done.
That's where that came from. That's the reason why she said she will reach out. Stop this for the children's sake. That's all she's saying. That's all she's saying. Right?
Honestly, I will reach out to him. Stop this for the children's sake. You're damaging them. You're damaging them. And unfortunately...
Did you see that deep breath that boy just made? Did you see the deep breath that young man just made? Let me play it back for you. Thank God for technology.
You're damaging them. You're damaging them. And unfortunately, I would say he's the one that brought them in our midst. It didn't have to be. I have friends who have left their husbands and they were still connecting with their kids. They were still seeing their
Hmm.
kids. Their kids go to them, and they go to their kids. I wanted that.
Someone's go, oh, you have friends that left their husband? Oh, no wonder. Baba, you need education. Go to school. Because that's not what you were supposed to hear in that part.
I wanted us to be
I know you well. I know you. I've been having this conversation for a while. I know.
cordial. We have 4 kids. 4, not 1, not 2, 4. You understand? So I think we owe them that apology, not them.
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Wow. She said we owe them apology, not them. Natu. Wow. You two took deep breath, eh?
Bro.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
This is real.
Wow.
This is real.
You know what the mother said? Let me tell you what the mother said at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very important. And I'm going to put a scenario for you. My parents had 7 kids in total, right? 2 had passed. The first one passed the day that she had him. And the one that was next to us
you say your aunt?
5.
Did you say your aunt?
My parents.
Your parents,
My parents.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Your parent did what? You sound echoey. It's all background
They
echo.
had 7 kids in total.
I'm hearing a lot of
hold on
echo
a
in your
second.
background. Yeah. Let's see here. All right.
How about?
Okay. Say that again. Let me
Can you
hear
hear
it.
me now?
Oh, it's much better. Try again. I'll mute.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, so my parents had a total of 7 kids in total. The first one passed when my mom had him. The second one is the one next to us, Idu. He passed when he was 5. So my mom and my father's siblings had a good relationship before, and then all of a sudden, when my brother passed, my mom said she doesn't want to add more kids, and they started pressuring my dad to have a male child for him to carry on with his legacy. So they started having like a really bad relationship with my mom. And rumors came up that they used witchcraft in killing my mother's 2 sons. And then
Wait. Somebody accused somebody of using witchcraft to kill. Are you there? Is it me or her? Yeah, our network is not strong. Your network is not strong, Natu. You wanna drop in and drop out? Make sure
is
you have
it
strong.
my network or your network?
It's you. Mine looks strong. I will see signals here if it's wrong.
How about me now?
I can hear you now. But make
Okay,
sure you
so
stick with a stronger.
yeah, so rumors got to my mom, right, that they were responsible of her 2 sons that passed. And now they're pressuring her husband to get a second wife, to get a male child, because some of his brothers has 2 wives and 3. So their relationship became bad. You understand? And it never got better. And then my mom later got pregnant. I have my younger brother who is now like 27. So I don't really know what happened, but there was a time that they had like a really heated argument between my father's siblings, my father's elder brothers, and his siblings with some younger ones, my dad and my mom. So before then, my mom was supposed to go to her brother's house because the wife was sick. So she was going to help take care of the wife. So after the argument, she was supposed to leave like the next day, but after the argument and everything, she was like, I'm just going to go today. And she left. So I think she was supposed to spend a week. And so because of everything that happened, she stayed longer. So all of us now thought that it was because of what happened that she didn't want to come back, or maybe she's not coming back.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So my younger brother at that time was 6. And he wrote a letter I think he was 7. And he wrote a letter to my mom. No joke. Nobody told him anything. He told my mom that he thinks she's gone for too long and this house is not the same without her. And I'm going to tell you, no joke, my dad was upset with us He said that we cajoled our brother into writing the letter. And then
Right.
our mom brainwashed us. But nobody ever knew that boy wrote that letter.
Yeah.
So now with this whole Emeka Ike'S story, they were saying that the mom brainwashed the kids. The kids are washing. You don't need to brainwash them.
They are.
Do you
I
understand
watch
what
it.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we know the people that my mom were like extremely good to them. They went to school in Kaduna. They were coming to our house to pick food all the time. And the same people were going against my mom. My mom don't need to tell us that don't talk to that person. Because we know when you were coming to fetch rice and Maggi and beans in our house. And then all of a sudden now you want to turn out to be the one against us, like, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
There's a gross assumption that kids are not paying
Thank
attention.
Thank you. So them saying this and that, and what I'm really grateful for, because at some point when we're all growing, anytime anything happens after morning devotion, if we tell our parents, can everybody sit down? We have something to say. I'm not joking. Our parents will sit down, and everybody will say what's in their mind, and our parents will apologize. That's one thing we're grateful for. You understand what I'm saying?
That's so rare.
Yeah. So that's why every time I mess around and I say my parents are not your regular parents, that's like literally what I mean. So when this woman was saying that we're the ones that were supposed to apologize to them, I can relate, like 100% relate. When my parents started getting older, I focused
many
so much on
people
my
cannot
parents'
relate. Many people that doesn't even make any sense because they've never experienced it. So they're like, "Are you mad?
Exactly.
You want mommy to come apologize to you?"
That gave us so much healing. When my dad passed, right, my mom literally apologized to me in front of everyone. She said, out of all the kids, I'm the one person that always focused on their health. And she felt that they've been taking that for granted. And she believed that if my dad had done so much that I've told him to do, he probably would still be here. So she wants to apologize on his behalf and tell me that she's going to take her health serious.
Yeah.
And everybody in the room was looking at her like, is this woman okay? But that's the norm in our house.
Yeah.
That's the norm. Like, it doesn't take
we need to normalize that. It's just it's not the apology, it's the paying attention to like, hey,
and it doesn't make them less of our parents for saying that sorry. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because some parents feel like if I apologize to you, like I'm your dad, why should I apologize?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But it does not. But I really salute the woman because you could see so much growth in her from what she was saying, like at the end, she was taking so much accountability. You know, she said sometimes I kind of like regret leaving, but if I had stayed, where would we have been? We probably would have been in the same spot. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Or worse.
Yeah. And see her telling the kids that he does, that's who he is. All you need to do is you change how you relate with him. You have to understand him better.
That's grace.
Exactly.
That's grace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this guy doesn't even know what this woman is doing behind him on his behalf to the kids.
Right. That's the thing with grace. You don't know when you're getting grace, so don't wait until you see it before you give it. Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But I see so much the woman is doing, and it takes so much. She's really brave. It takes so much courage.
Did you know Emeka actually said the best way to know if a man beats his wife is to ask the children?
No, it's to see how he's talking.
Can you imagine?
Because
just shooting himself on the legs everywhere.
Like, you know how you always say you tell on yourself? That's what he's doing. He's just telling on himself.
That's why I said stop. Just stop, bros. Like, go and get help.
On himself, honestly speaking. And the whole thing is so gross. Like, people like, you're getting old.
Yeah.
I don't know how his new wife is coping. I don't know how she's taking this.
She's probably just the favorite now, you know, until further notice.
Right.
That's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario.
She said she's not on the internet, so she's not seeing all we are doing.
The internet is being hidden from the world. She can't sign up for internet anytime.
Which sign up? People around her will see it and send it to her.
All of like I said earlier, TV, social media, all of it is the same thing.
Everything is social media.
It's all linked. It's all of it. So somebody might not be actively on social media. Many of them here, there's no face, just the letter you see. Right? They're on social media. They're on social media. It's not what they're saying out, it's what they're hearing that will start looking at them, looking at themselves like, won't come by.
And you know what?
Did I enter one chance?
The news fast, especially bad news, they travel faster.
Right.
And you know,
They travel
another
fast.
thing,
Yeah.
another thing that I noticed, I don't know if Emeka is in tune with I'm trying to look for the right word to use. Is in tune with how social media works and how the world has evolved. I don't know
No,
what
he's definitely out of touch. Like,
I don't know what village is saying in Germany. I don't know
yeah.
what they use there. But the way he's talking, I'm like, bro, this is not that time. Please. This Gen Z, the shame, when they born them, shame no, they shame gravel. They will drag you by your block.
Because we don't own them. You don't own your children. It's a privilege to have them. It's just additional relationships because relationships are a blessing to all of us, right? It's just additional relationships for you to nurture because their time with you is limited. They're going to move on and be their own persons.
Yes.
And the Gen Z is in tune with that. So if it comes down to, hey, this is draining me, they will do what they have to do. It's easier for them, obviously, than you that say, hey, you can curse at the people in your life and it should be okay. We should normalize it. They don't operate that way.
No, it doesn't.
And there's only one side of this equation that will miss out the most because of your emotional attachment to human beings that are not really yours in the grand scheme of things.
That's right.
You know, so Lady Tim, you're absolutely on point. The further we move into the future, we'll realize that it's a privilege to have these relationships. It's not a right.
Yes, I'm telling you.
You know?
Another thing that he needs to, because a lot of parents send their kids to school, like when we're growing up back in the day, children are their parents' investment, so that when they retire, they can benefit of their children. But now Gen Z are trying to tell you, I'm not your retirement plans.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that. They can. You have to give into that before you should be expecting, right?
Yeah.
So the reality is
that even people that give.
Let's expand it out, right? Let's expand it out. You're just as strong as your net worth, your network, the people around you, your relationships. Even if you don't have biological children, you will if you grow old, you become 100 and you die and they want to bury you, will get a befitting burial if you have good relationships. Right. It's beyond your biological children. You can invest into all your relationships, which obviously includes your children. And what we're trying to say right now, the way you invest is not just cash, you send them to school. We're talking about emotionally speaking now. You need to invest in your relationships and especially your kids, because we already know that it's going to hurt you the most when your kids decide to turn their back on you and you're not able to comprehend why.
He's going to be an old, miserable man. He's going to be a miserable old man, sorry. I'm telling you, because by the time he gets old, he'll be by himself.
Yeah.
Those kids will not have his time.
Let's let Brother Ben. Brother Ben, how far? How you there? Brother Ben, you did there? He don't leave. Brother Ben, where did you go? He left. I didn't know when he left. Toby and Tribe says, apologizing to your kids when wrong shows them they are worth respect, which in turn helps with their self-esteem. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm glad she's taking, Lady Tim said, I'm glad she's taking accountability and willing to apologize to her kids. Great lesson for their son to emulate. Not apologize to him, to their kids, is what she said. Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's going to be a big deal for the kids, honestly speaking.
Of course, you know.
If
you apologize to Emeka right now, it's a bad idea.
No, that's why I say I don't advise her going to him.
Don't do that to him. You will hurt him if you apologize to him right now. He might just misinterpret
I told you.
I was right.
That's why she came.
You don't. If you apologize to Emeka right now, you don't like him. You don't like him. I'm telling you right now.
She's coming to apologize. If she's not wrong, why is she apologizing? That's what I'm going to keep saying.
But Ben says network. Okay, Emeka is a local champion and he still thinks it was then when he had relevance. He's missing it. He's completely disconnected, which is why he lost in the first place, you know. But no.
Mr. Ola.
How you doing, my guy?
I'm good.
Yes, sir.
Prestige Farm, how is everybody doing?
Salute.
Yeah, Mr. Ola. Yeah, Sister Natu, how are you doing, my sister?
I'm doing well,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yeah, this matter, and I really don't want to go into Emeka and his wife's situation. But I just want to talk about the son, because this one kind of hits close to me. You know, I think I've been in the exact position where the boy is. The only difference is my dad was late, but I experienced every bit of this craziness Emeka is doing to the family from my uncles and all other people from my father's side. So I can relate. And what I wanted to emphasize is this, because when I post something on my Facebook page and I simply ask that Emeka should just apologize and let it slide, no need of opening Pandora's box.
Right.
I got over 2,000 plus Emeka armies on my Facebook page.
But I mean, you're about to get me into that. Oh my God. You know, I thought about reacting to it today. If the story continues, I might still come to your wall and show it to everybody. Oh my gosh.
That was crazy. It's still going. It's almost 3,000 comments now.
Really? They're still going at it?
I don't even care. I don't even look at them, because it seems for the first time, I 100% agree with what Auntie B has been saying, and you and every sisters on Obodo Farm about Nigerian men.
It's like in your face.
I'm telling you. And I 1000% agree with Pastor Shola when he said Nigerian men have mental health problem. Brother,
they need education. They do.
I'm telling you, I have the video. The video of Pastor Shola actually saying that is still on my Facebook. I can send it to you. When he said Nigerian men have mental issues, that we have to start mental health program in Nigeria. This Emeka situation have really opened my eyes to that. Because when I listened to that interview, from the moment the wife said Emeka did not allow her to work, I'm already like, okay, this is it. Nothing else again. Because in my own dictionary, when a man stops women from working, it simply means you want to own her. You want to control her.
Yeah.
That's what it means to me. Now, like I said, I don't have time to go into who is right, who is wrong, but I just want to talk briefly about the son. Because when I post and said Emeka should just apologize and moved on, everybody came at me like, why? That son is this, that son is that. The boy will regret. The boy will his cousin. And
they said, but no, this is not how you build a page. You like, like Jesus Christ. Baba, you just left the comment.
It was just, I was reading and I'm like, at this time and age, people still don't understand childhood trauma and how long it could go.
Yeah.
I'm a 46 years old man now. And my father's family, the few ones that are still remaining alive, they are still suffering from what they did to my mom when I was 14 years old. Yes, as I'm speaking with you right now, I don't give nothing about them. They've done everything, and I came out and tell them pop and play that, look, make una just remove me from una dictionary.
Because you saw it, because it's easier because your mother, you can see how they are treating her.
Brother, I witnessed it firsthand. So when people say, oh, the mother is using the boy against his dad, I just laugh like, it be like, oh, that people with Yahweh.
Like more, they just heard one side.
From age 14 to age 18, my dad's family arrested my mom more than 6 times.
On what grounds?
Nothing, no, I can't even lay my hands on it. The only thing, because at a point I have to sat my elder sister down and say, please. That was after my mom was late in 2022. I said, Auntie me, I really want to understand what exactly my mom did wrong. That this family treated her this bad. My mom did nothing. All my mom did was, when my dad was alive.
So that mental health issue thing would make sense because if your mom did nothing, if all she did was occupying a position that some people consider their territory, if that's all she did,
her crime was being an industrial woman who had business with my dad. My mom was into supplying and distribution of cement. My dad was a contractor. So when my dad had any contract, my mom would be the one to supply the cement and roof. You know those, how do they call this? Those zinc they used in those days to build house, and they call one asbestos. I don't know what they call it. Yes.
Yeah, the roof, whatever they call it. Yeah.
My mom was the one who used to supply all that. So when my dad died, the money, that was where the whole thing started. Just because of the money that my dad was going to pay my mom and some money that they were still, you know, back then you had to finish the contract before the government will settle you. Just because that was late and the money now you have to that was
That's
where
a war.
the started. All this started way back in 1979 when my dad, where we lost my dad. So with 8 children, my mom was kicked out of my own papa house. So this got
with 8
deep.
children.
With 8 children, she's the only one who has to take us all over the place. So when I grew up in Lagos. By age 12 to 14, when I went back to live with my mom, that's when I saw everything fully. At age 14, you know Naija pikin now. Age 14, you don't already dey smart. It's not this.
You know, at 14, you're a grown person already. The only reason why you're not a grown person is we have a legal age, 18 and 21. But at 14, you know what's going on. You know what's going on. A lot of your opinions are being formulated that will affect the rest of your life. You know?
Honestly. So it was like that. So when I look at this Emeka's son's situation, I know that boy, even is not even him alone. We are all guilty of that. All men, we want to protect our mom.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether you call her Winch or whatever name you give to her. Our mom is our mom. So far, our mom is not treating us bad. She is not. I don't care. Everybody wants to protect their mom. That is fine. But in a situation in this modern day with these Gen Z kids, I don't get it, me brother. That's why during Anti-B show, I just don't want to talk because I'm really so
But Ben, with these examples, before you know it, you will see enough pattern, you will get it. You know what I'm saying? It's human beings. Everybody cares about something, and we don't care about the things we used to care about. That's all. That's why Gen Z say, okay, this relationships is a given. It's always going to be there. Human beings will continue to care about relationship, but the one that serves them, they have options. They will discard you just because you are father. You think they will keep you and just take care of your old age. Just do it because the Bible said, "Aba, you go collect to." They will find another father to replace that. They will get that blessing still. They will find another father to replace you, and they will still get that the scriptural blessing that comes with honoring your father and your mother. Because we're talking about mental health.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Who go take care of them for which old age? The only person I care about from my father's side.
But I been hold on. But I been hold on, Joe. Thank you, Latu. Go ahead, brother Ben.
Yeah, the only person I care about from my father's side was my late uncle, because he was the only one who, when I went back to Ondo State and I was struggling so bad, he was the only one who took me in.
Yeah.
And that is why, even before I left Lagos, I did everything I can for his children. The ones that are younger than me, I set them up before he was late. But other than him, right now, this old age team, just like I was telling some of these crazy people on my post, may they just go reset their brain. When some people say, oh, and the son will regret, karma. I'm telling you, there is nothing like no freaky karma. As I am right now, I can't even, I've lost count of how many of them we don't die. Some of them will be in hospital, they will come.
They come a day in front of us. Does Emeka Ike'S, does he not look like somebody that's catching karma already? Does he need his child to give him karma? I'm brain now. You know, I'm looking at somebody on your page. I'm not going to read their name. It says, I will keep telling you, God should not put you under pressure. You can say anything out of anger, and you never meant any word a piece of advice for everyone. Thanks. So I submit. The person thought they said something that made sense.
People be justifying nonsense.
This was my answer. I went to Brother Ben's space to go and look for smoke, to go and look for violence. I said amen. God also teach us to learn how to manage temperament is a real skill. Oh, God will also teach us to learn that managing temperament is a real skill we can find useful when inevitable pressure happens in life.
Thank you.
I saw that and I was laughing. I was laughing like, Mr. Ola, what are you doing?
I was looking for smoke. One of them said, why do we always judge a matter we know nothing about except what they choose to share? You know, obviously they're using our same line, right? Because I say that too, right? One needs to not be told that there is much more to husband and wife than all this. The boy in question, okay, forget the man in question. The boy in question only shared the part of the audio that suits him and the narrative and never the full audio. Somebody said, no, I said before, Uncle, a man should never talk like that. If it's a mistake, he needs to be corrected. So so the same guy now came back and said, matter of prestige, if you want to be honest, you will understand that some parents have said words to their kids, yet never meant it. Muni, I agree, we know this, but they are all wrong. And they create lasting damages, such as people. There's one in particular that I was looking for. That one, I said, you have no evidence or something. I said, this is just Shalaye. And he said something in Igbo. I forgot. I don't know what he said because I don't know what it means, so it didn't matter to me. But he now said something to maybe a lack of comprehension. Muni, exactly. No evidence. No evidence, way. There are many of them like that.
Please.
You can explain. No evidence. Oh my God. First of all, make I explain this one. I beg. Make I explain this one real quick. Shout out to Nani for the £10 super chat. Thanks for telling me that is that £10 or €10? I'm not sure. Woman confused me, but either way, I like it. Thank you so much. Anyway, I want to finish on time. We got about 8 more minutes. I think we've done. I should let this rest, unless they say something. Rest, of course. Unless they say something. I mean, I don't address people that don't say anything. If you say something, I will address it. we will extract our lessons out of it. You know.
But you know the problem, right? Emeka is not going to stop. He's not going to stop talking. Oh. He's going to be very mad at him because he's not promoting the movie he's supposed to promote.
Oh, Sister Natu. You remember in the last Anti-B show when I tell you guys that Emeka will start going from one interview to another. He never even reached 1 week now. You saw what is happening.
You saw Azu's interview that I reacted to yesterday.
Oh,
that was I was sleepy when I saw that. I was like, this is content. Jesus. Ayola, shout out to Ayola, say I've been in Emeka's son's shoes. Unfortunately, my mom is late, so nobody can say my mom is manipulating us.
Yeah.
These kids are watching. You don't need to tell anybody anything. And let me tell you.
Whatever. Before you go, Natu, whatever happened in front of me since I've been 5 years old, I know.
Yep. I know. I will tell you, bro. I will tell you from nursery school. From nursery school, I will tell you.
Auntie, I know what you did.
And that's why, let me tell you, that's why when our parents, let me tell you, I have a particular auntie that I know since I was little never liked me. And now wants to pretend to like me. I tell my mom, like, why is she for me? My mom is like, she's your auntie. I'm like, she never liked me. Mom was like, why will you say that? I said, I bring instances to my mom. And I told her about a Christmas cloth this woman bought for me in 1989.
Yeah.
I said, remember, I couldn't wear the clothes to church. My mom said, this weekend go kill me. How do you still remember that? I can still remember that now. Kids' brain are like magnets. You don't need to tell them. No.
They have nothing else going on. That's all they're doing, paying attention to everything that's going on.
When my dad passed, somebody was trying to talk to me. He was like, he doesn't know what happened between my mom and them. Everything used to be good before. He's my cousin now. When I opened the guy's dictionary, his own, not other people, I opened his own for him. I said, bros, you yourself, you used to come to our houses when we were in Malali, you were in Puli, to come and fetch rice and maggi and oil inside Santana leather.
Yeah.
You have forgotten that one. If somebody tell you that my mother is a bad person, you're the one that will say she did. My mom never fetches to give him. She will tell him to go to the store and fetch by himself.
Imagine that.
That's as far back I can remember.
Yeah.
And he was so quiet. I say, you that you're coming between my father and my mother, so can't even talk to your wife.
Yeah.
I say, you can't talk to your wife. He say, hey, see, why would you say so? You know husband and wife. I say, husband and wife, leave husband and wife alone.
The least that the children are is confused. That's the least they are. From no to confused. The idea that they are completely ignorant of what's going on, that's where we mistake. They know. They might not be able to interpret it properly. They might act out of place. They might be acting up in school. Their grades might be affected by this situation. They might be confused. Okay? But somebody sat down and is manipulating them. It can happen. We just saw an example of it because he was showing pictures of her crying, according to the boy, who I believe, showing pictures of her crying and say, this is drugs. She left you. Now, that's crazy. That's crazy, you know.
Why would you do that?
But even when I see the way you act and I could have predicted that you did that, I will still give you benefit of the doubt. But this woman, the countenance I just saw right now, no, she was not no perfect woman because she used her mouth to say your husband is her husband, ex-husband, your father is a sore loser.
Yeah, she told me you was a jerk too, and she said it.
And she said that, but that's to be expected. There's some to be expected things there. One of the to be expected things is not outrightly telling your children to go and hit the truck. Like, come on, stop. Like, no, there's no way to justify that. I can justify she was upset. She said to her son, your father is a sore loser. Please accept him. I can see through all of that. But if she's the one that said hit a truck, we will say the same thing. But we could also predict that she did not say that.
Yes.
We can tell now we're human beings. She did not say that to our child now. There's only one person we can say said that. Not only do we have evidence of that, but even his demeanor, his conduct says he will say something like that. And that's something that we can focus on and don't worry about the young man. He has his own battles to fight. But I beg, go ahead, I beg.
Hey, Brola, I agree with everything you said 100%. But I also want to give the ex-wife credit. If Emeka tried this thing with some women after 10 years, even from that interview, now from there, Emeka go down, they collect bags from the wife, they come. May go try it with any of these women now. I don't even know where this woman get this patient, cool, calm demeanor from.
The conversation will become, so you are using the Igbo people against us, you are destroying. That's what the conversation will become. They will not learn anything still. You will just hear, she called the police on me. She just called the police on you. If she just called the police on you, that's it. You have something else to tell me? So that is not big of a deal enough. It's a big deal. That's why I'm asking you. Tell me the rest of it. It's a big deal. For your wife to call the police on you, that's a big deal. Can you tell me the rest of the story? No, that's just bad. It shouldn't be. You're right. It shouldn't be where it is. Can you tell me the rest of the story? But, these are the issues we're dealing with. So we have to do what we're doing right now. Highlight these examples, these trendy topic examples, so you can see what it looks like when it's playing out. And Emeka, let me get some last word from you, ladies, and I'll give Emeka one last word. And
ladies first, or I should just quickly round up so that
go
I can
ahead,
leave. Thank you, Sister Natu. Well, my take is this. For those of us who are raising Gen Z, here is my advice to you guys. And I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart as a father to 3 children born in America and growing, living with them. These children are super smart. These kids have a mind of their own. Sometimes I tell my wife, babe, you might not realize it yet. We are living with 3 different personalities in this house. I have 2 girls and a son. My daughter is 15 plus. The other one will be 11 years old tomorrow, and my last boy is gonna be 8 years old by February.
God
These three kids, brother, are the switch between them. It's not how you attend to one of them. The kind of approach I used on one is not the approach I use on the other one.
Exactly.
They are smart. They are keeping records. They remember everything you do for them.
Yep.
So I'm just going to advise parents out there. For those people who still have the mentality, this Nigerian mentality, say, hey, I'm your father. I'm your father. Whatever I say, you do it is right now. My brother, you go collect water. These children not send you. And my thing is, establish a bond with your children. You just have to practice this hot and cold. Be their friend when you are supposed to be their friend. Be the backup when you are supposed to be the backup. Mentor them. Show them the sweet sides of you. They will see you for whom you are. That's just my advice. So if you think, because you divorce your wife and your wife will manipulate the kids, it's a lie. The kids are watching. They can they even understand the system. The other time, my 15 years old daughter was explaining the situation in her friend's house to me. I don't even know much about how this these custody things, how it works. My daughter was the one who is explaining to me that when it was the dad's turn to come and pick the girl, the dad did not show up.
You will not know how it works in Jesus' name. You will not know how it works in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Because once you get in the hands of these people, Baba, you go collect.
So that's just my advice. Every parent should try. If you have any issue with your partner, your spouse, put it aside. Always remember that your relationship with your children matters because they have a mind of their own. Thank you, Sister Natu. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate you.
Yes, bro. Talk soon. All right.
I think Bro Ben has said like most.
Hold on. Before you go, let me see. Film girl is here.
Oh.
She decided to grace. She decided to. What's going on? How are you?
I'm fine, but I'm fine, man of prestige. Hello, everybody.
Hi, film girl.
Yeah, how you doing, Natu? How's everything?
Good.
I don't have a lot to say because I know you're trying to get off the studio, so I'm going to be very quick.
Okay.
Because a lot of people have said everything that we have said about, kids being aware, and how our African construct, they want us to kind of have a kind of brainwave and forget what we saw and assume something else and love them unconditionally.
And just
pretend to love them without any basis, like as if love is you just bestow, you have to end their love. Do you understand? Like they just think that you're just stupid. Just do what we say. He's your father. After like 40 years of him maltreating him and the kids and the mom, he just shows up one day and he'll be like, okay, it's your father, you have to love him, you have to forgive him, like, that whole thing. But I'm not going to go into that. What I want to say is that for me, based on my experience and what I've seen, when I meet anybody or people are talking about a man, right, and they say, oh, he's such a nice person or whatever, I have a problem believing people. Believing them. I'm like, okay, let me ask his wife and his children. They are the people that would tell me exactly who this man is. Because I've seen from experience that most men, I don't know how they do that thing. They have split personalities. Who he is at home, who he is at the job, who he is in church are normally like three different human beings. I'm not saying everybody is like that, but I'm not saying that
I get you.
Most people that are, I don't want to use the N word, but people that have that characteristics of
right, they're not. You could say knock
like a knock or something. Yeah, they always have split personalities. So they come outside and I'm like, oh, they're so nice to people. Do you understand? But so when their wives or their children are complaining, they would be like, people like, no, we don't believe you because they are seeing a different person outside.
Right.
So I'm thinking these things have happened over a couple of times. Why are we pretending that men don't have these characteristics? Why are we being that naive to believe when we see a guy outside being nice and his wife or his child, he's not that nice? You should know better. We're not that naive. We have seen it happen over and over and over again. I mean, we should stop this rubbish. If a child, if I say the wife is lying, but a child is come to tell you about the dad,
Right.
believe that child. Because it takes a lot for a child to just lie on their father like that. It takes a lot.
A grown man for that
A
matter.
grown man is not possible. It doesn't work. It's a child that really knows what is happening. Because I've seen where a case of, I know people do it a lot. I'm sorry, I'm just being, but from that I observe life from my gender as a woman, right? So my observation is that it's very funny how even from relationships, even as Natu is here like that, think about people that you have dated, right? Maybe he's like saying something to you, and then maybe you guys have a quarrel or a fight, and then later you're not presenting it back to him and like, oh, you did this. You're like, me? I did that. No, I did not do it. They start denying. They say, no, I didn't say that. You be like, you said it, the tone. You said, I didn't say that. Or you or when he's trying to
It's a lie.
situation to somebody.
You're a
like,
liar. I'm a liar.
Like when he's trying to report the situation to somebody, you see the man saying, I just told her to stop doing it. You'd be like, no, you did not say it in that tone. You said it in a very harsh way. You'd be like, no, I didn't. You know, they always lie and deny and forget. I don't know how they forget or I don't know how but they try and like gaslight women a lot with that. Right. So it's possible that you can see the woman reacting outside, but ask your question, what is triggering her inside? Do you understand? But I just want us to realize, want us as a people to stop being naive and stop believing everything a man tells us, especially when his wife and his child is telling you something else. If they're saying something else, then maybe
you have to pay attention to that.
Yes, it's possible that this man might actually be lying to us outside. So I don't blame all those people that came on that the Freezy show, another show. I was saying, oh, he's such a nice person. What do you know? You're not in the bedroom with them.
I know, right?
you don't know this man.
Yeah, I've seen. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen some of them.
Yeah,
it was the weirdest, and I'm like, okay, Allah, calm down. These people are probably, like you said, they're naive.
Yeah.
You
can't
know?
tell me that we used to relate on the movie set. He was a gentleman.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? He's a gentleman to you. He has nothing to, he has nothing to like to argue with you about. Of course, he'll be a gentleman. When he goes back home, who is he at home? You know, so
exactly.
and they use their half truths to try and convince millions of people
with small poison
to sway them to that side that the wife
80% true to small poison.
Yeah, the wife is evil and all that. Let's stop. I'm not supporting anybody. Obviously, there's a problem in that marriage, right?
Yes.
The
exactly.
one that I actually got triggered was when I heard there was domestic violence, which the child is confirming. I like, for that fact alone, I was just triggered. Like, this one is wrong. But on every other issue, I'm not supporting anybody because this is a marriage. There are two people. Every marriage has its problems, right? So everybody's going to walk through their problems. So we cannot be even you that is pointing finger. How about your own marriage as well? Do you understand? So like, people should stop all this stuff and supporting the man and supporting the woman. That's not the point.
No, it's not the point. We don't know.
Exactly.
But we can see what we can see and say something was wrong with this situation.
Yeah.
And all we can work with is how they are moving in front of us on the screens.
Exactly. You are coming out, your body language, you are fighting anybody, you are fought film association people, you are saying how you are attacking people up front, you are showing that whatever, you are showing that you are actually the aggressor. And this woman is looking calm and whatever. She's saying, this guy is an aggressor. And the child is saying, this guy is an aggressor. If A and B is saying the same about C is an aggressor. I believe them.
Yeah.
It's who he is, and he doesn't think is the problem. He feels that that everybody's against him. No, nobody's not against you. You're the one that is fighting yourself and
exactly. Like we believe you don't collect.
Yeah, having imaginations in your mind that people are. The guy is just
the blackmail, the senators.
Yeah, like he's just imagining things, and I've met people like that. That's the reason why I know it's possible. I've met people like that just have a kind of, like all these men that, like I dated someone like that before, right? You don't sit down and start imagining you're cheating. You're cheating how? Nibo. Okay, I was in a meeting. I was in sales then, and then you call me and I put my phone on speaker, right? For you to know that you can hear people talking. You send me a text and tell me, oh, you're busy hanging out with your friends and laughing and talking about me. I'm like, how does that even happen?
Talking about me, Bitibao.
Yeah, so there are people like that, and this is a business meeting, right? And he could hear what they are saying. So I'm thinking, this guy is obviously, there's something wrong. How did you imagine all that stuff? So it's possible that this guy is imagining a lot of things that did not even happen.
Yeah.
It's possible. All
Insecurity will do that to you. Insecurity will do that to you. Yeah.
You know, so that's all I have to say. Please, let us stop being naive. Let's with all the things. I'm not a lot that has all the facts and whatever, but the truth about it, based on what we have seen in our society so far, it is possible for a man to be so nice at his job, so nice in church, so nice to people outside, and be a mean person inside.
Absolutely.
You understand me? In my own case, I'm going to say one thing about my dad. My dad was someone that would give people ₦1 million cash outside. He would give people right in front of us 500,000 naira, 2 million, all that, but he can't give me 1,000 naira.
Emeka Ike'S actually admitted to that. He said packaging kill me. Did you catch that yesterday? Anybody catch that yesterday?
Well, yeah. So there's nothing you can tell me. If you tell my dad is a generous man, I will tell you, no, he's not. Because to me, he wasn't generous.
He wasn't. That's not the experience you had at home.
Yeah, because he can't give me 500 naira, but he gave you 5 million, and you're so happy.
It was buying honor. So there's a proverb in Yoruba, on your rayi.
Yeah.
They buy honor outside, and they expect you inside to kind of understand.
And it's not as if he did not have excess. Like you have excess. Like it's not as if he gave out and there was nothing left. He had the excess. You'll be looking at the money like this, because then those days we do a lot of cash. Back in those days, you see cash.
You see cash in the drawers and stuff.
I'll be seeing a trunk of cash looking at me. You cannot take 500 naira and give to me. But from that same cash, someone will come in and you count 500,000 and give to the person. So as a child, what does that do to you as a child? You'll be thinking, you know,
yeah.
So nobody can tell me anything. Men can be different at home, and that is the true nature of those men.
Yeah.
Good night,
People can be different at home and show you a different version of themselves outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening with Emeka Ike. Let's believe the people that live in that house with him.
Yep.
All right.
Except the PA guy, the finger guy.
That PA is just being bro code. That PA is just being bro code, and it's just delusional.
That PA is chasing clouds. It's not doing any bro code. He's chasing clouds.
I know he is. I stumbled into him on TikTok. I was like, I stumbled into him on TikTok.
He's lying. He's trying to find a way to get back into Emeka's good grace.
To limelight.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's an industry guy actually. He's just trying to get into it.
He's just lying. He's telling lots of lies.
Yeah.
Anyway, as well.
All right, thank you, film girl. Thank you for always supporting.
Bye,
all right.
Bye.
All right, not to give me your last word so I can round this thing up.
That Emeka is coming back to revive his career and he's doing this rubbish. Say that career never entered quarter be that.
I don't know. At least his reputation, if he keeps it up, he will be a Yule. Nobody will want to work with him. Did you notice that Yule is already parading podcasts talking about he's been blacklisted? He's saying it in one sideways. I was like, this guy, nobody wants to work with that now. Like, of course.
Nobody wants drama. Nobody wants that. Now, Emeka is supposed to be up there promoting Malaika. He's here talking about all the family issues that people are talking about. So people are inviting him on their show to talk about his issues, not about the movie that he was in.
Yep. And nobody, so this is how it works, right? Nobody's going to want to have him if he's not going to talk about the drama to get traffic to them.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So he shot himself on the legs. Now, he can deceive them if he has the game, but he doesn't. I can see he doesn't have the game. He can say, no, we could talk about everything, but just learn how to answer it without giving too much.
You know what I'm saying? And also, if he was smart, right, this is what I expect from him. When they start asking him about his wife, he's like, okay, before I tell you about that one, let me tell you about why I'm here. Then you start talking about the movie. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just carry them and just wind
So
them.
how's everything on the family? And family is good. You know what else is good? This movie, Malaika.
Exactly.
You need to see this movie. Trust me. You want to know my story? You need to watch this movie.
That is where emotional intelligence. Listen, I'm telling you,
I do that here all the time.
2024, if you don't have emotional intelligence and social intelligence, is a crime.
You'll be dragged because there's enough weirdos to drag you.
You will enter Gen Z jail. You will enter Generation Alpha jail.
Generation Alpha, and then somebody was trying to correct Brother Ben that you are raising Generation Alpha, not Gen Z.
Yes, yes. Two of his kids are Alpha. They are not Gen Z. They are Alpha.
You go Shalaye Tire Generation. Alpha to
Yeah.
yeah. As far as Brother Ben is concerned, they're all the same. He said, Alpha, Jesus help me. Jesus help me. No, you'll be fine, Brother Ben. You're in good. Don't worry.
All I'm
Don't
going to
worry.
say, right, Brother Ben and Tim Girl have said it.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, we're not here to take sides, as we do every time. We're here to pick out the lessons.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
If we say that we want to go by the way our parents raise us, we will not win. Because we're in a different generation entirely.
Could it work now? You're in 2023.
People, listen, let's go back. Let me give you this example. People that were back in the day that were going to deeper life and saying that TV and all these electronics make you become worldly and whatnot. What happened to them? Should they all have TVs in their house now? They moved from having computers in their house to because my uncle is one of the deeper life people. He's even a pastor.
By the time they start waking up to TV don't become obsolete itself.
They have exactly what I'm saying.
You buy TV for my kids right now, you're wasting your money.
If you don't want to do TV but you're having a phone, what's the difference? What's the difference? It's no difference. So we should stop lying to ourselves. Like I keep saying, I think there was a conversation with my husband. I'm like, when I was growing up, I wasn't an easy child. I was a very troublesome teenager. And my mom didn't deal with us all the same. Me and my elder sister, we get beaten. My twin sister hardly gets beaten because her own is don't just talk to her. Once you start talking to her, you just reset.
The youth.
But exactly.
But some people, especially in that era, please don't do that these days. They need a conch to be reset.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I have to get that conch for my head to reset. But I can't apply that same logic to my kids, to my nephews now. No, it's not gonna work.
Right.
It's not gonna work. My nephew was here for Christmas and he was all over the place. I didn't beat him. I just told him that he's my helper for the day. So anywhere he sees me, he has to follow me and help me. That was the only way I was able to.
That's it.
I didn't have to touch him. I didn't have to touch him.
That's it.
So
in real life.
If I just turn and he's not beside me, I say, "Where's my helper?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he runs back to me. That's all. That's all.
Yep.
So we just have to know. We just have to understand how to be better parents. To parent better, on how to relate to our kids better.
Be better parents, be better brothers, be better sisters, be better husbands, be better wives. You know, it's the same principles. It's the same principles, but obviously how you apply it for any one of those things may be slightly different, but it's the same principles.
Just be intentional in general.
Yeah.
And also don't forget to extend grace.
Grace. Because you are getting grace. You don't know because you're not supposed to know, but you're getting grace from so many other people. Be intentional. I say, I'm going to extend grace. Don't use that to say, oh, so I shall allow boundary. No, it has nothing to do with that. There's grace, but there's also somebody clearly crossing boundary. Even how you address how they cross the boundary, grace will be applied in that too. You know.
True.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Talk some back. All right, this was awesome. I went overtime. Really, I am actually 75 minutes overtime. It's supposed to be a 2-hour show. So I'm going to start paying attention because I actually need to have a lot more going on starting tomorrow. So we're going to try to limit it to 2 hours. Shout out to all 83 of you watching me in the live stream. Good morning, Jojo. Shout out to all of you. Okay, hit that like button, share, subscribe on your way out. Tell everyone else about what we're doing here. We're doing some great work. Just help us share it. Tell about sharing to your favorite WhatsApp groups. Tell them to check it out. Right? Life is not right or wrong. Okay, it's not right and wrong. That's why there are court systems. Even the court system, you need evidence, and people end up in jail because of lack of evidence too. Just so you know, okay? Or just because the wrong angle, or just because they don't have the right influence. Sadly, that happens too. So it comes back to you. How are you moving? The only thing you can control in all of this is how you move. Your skill set around navigating life, love, and relationship, you know? As for Emeka, hopefully he seek the help that he needs. We can hear it clearly, audibly. We can hear the ex-wife and the child say we're damaged. We need help. There's only one person that has not admitted to that yet. And I hope he gets to a point where he says, it's not a crime. I've gone through some things with my family. We have the rest of our life ahead of us. It's going to be awesome. We have some new opportunities showing up. Let's make sure we're prepared for it. right? Let me make sure this young man, this is a part of me, an extension of me. I can't, no, I'm not going to mess around and no. Let's figure this out. Let's talk to someone that can help us. Okay? If you need other people to tell you you're right before you know that you're rightfully here and it's a blessing and it's a privilege at the same time, Baba, you're going to suffer because nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody just care about their own feelings, and that is a good thing because you care about your own feelings too. But when you say like for short term, you put your own feelings on the side. I said this person care about their feelings. Let me make sure they are good, and then suddenly they will make sure you're good, and that becomes your network, right? And then you have a lot more people taking care of you as opposed to yelling at the top of your lungs asking for your rights. Baba, you don't really have a right. It's all privilege. Auntie, we know what you did though. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Hit that like button on your way out. I want to say thank you so much to Liz for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Natu, please, I beg, go and support Natu at Home of Quality and Style. What did she say? Right to wear? I don't know what RTW means. But go support her at qualisa.inc, and that's her phone number right there on the screen. Please support her business. She sells fragrances, and we've used them, and they're very nice. So we know. All right. So thank you, Natu. I appreciate you. Thank you, Latu, for the $5 super chat, and thank you to Nini for the £10 super sticker. I appreciate all of you. Hopefully, you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Beautiful girl, spoiling I find a beautiful girl.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.